What's up? Welcome to Adventures in Aanthara. It is session 25.
Woo!
What? Yeah,
Quarter of a century, men.
I know. We can rent a car.
We also have this fancy stat border.
Oh!
That's up
Wait, did I
there.
get you the right stats for all that stuff
I
yet?
certainly hope so, because it's there right now.
Oh, please.
Okay, I can't remember if I did or not.
I can't see it. I bet it looks great, though.
It's in Discord.
Yeah, that's right.
The main problem was
Well,
some of them were right all the way
We're
through.
just gonna double check and be sure.
Yeah, just look for your own character and make sure you don't
It's
have
already
the
happened.
10
Not
strength higher
starting
than
over.
you should have.
Not
Oh
starting
yeah,
over.
it's
good.
fine. Yeah, go check that. Well, I guess you're watching, or if you're not watching, you're just listening. You should watch so you can see. But in any case, welcome to session 25. Quick recap: the party, after many
Where was Brightwing?
at the beginning,
She was the first one.
Oh,
it'll come back.
She was in Raid
Many,
Crew.
many days, weeks, in fact, of searching, hunting, thinking, questioning. They found their way to what appeared to be the source of the blight problems in Northwest Kathos and defeated a hag who seemed to potentially be responsible, at least to some degree. And in checking out her homestead, found a number of very, very interesting things. Some things were opened. We don't know what that means yet. Some other things were opened to reveal bits of scroll that had information on a number of children, some of which the party knew about, a couple of which they did not, and potentially raised further questions about why and who may be connected to this ongoing situation. They did reach out to a couple of the kids that were captured in those dossiers and who they had previously heard stories about. Did not hear back from a few of them, including Freckle and Blue, the twin halfling girls from Sawfeld, who had kind of set them out on this particular portion of their journey. And one shifter girl who Brightwing reached out to, who did respond and appears to be safe. They made their way back to Ragro after saying goodbye to Aryan Nu, our wonderful guest, and did a little bit more housekeeping there, a little bit more ends being tied up, buried the remains of several supposedly people who this hag had who knows what done who knows what to, and then began the journey out of the Ray Grove wetlands and, I assume, back to greater civilization. And that is where we pick up. Still in the wetlands. Where are you all wanting to go, and what are you all wanting to do?
Okay.
Frida.
So, yes, we've already left the city.
You have left the city. You went a little ways out of the city to find this burial spot. Buried, did some ceremonies,
Yeah.
and that's where we're picking up after goodbyes there, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
You want to go to Frida's?
yes.
Okay.
We have
You guys-
the bow, right? The Goliath bow.
Yeah, I have that, but it
Yasnab
does
has it.
not have the string. We use that as part of
Okay.
the,
You guys-
the headstone.
unstrung it.
Correct.
You guys begin journeying back towards the head of the river where you had originally come down and met the wetlands and met Frida at the end of the Long Bend River. And after most of the day's travel, you arrive, see the smoke in the distance, and then reach the edges of the wetlands and come out to see the small hut that you had previously visited. And quickly upon approach, a couple canoes still tied up at a post on the river.
Are the traps reset with my passive perception?
You'd have to get up close and investigate to know
Okay.
for sure.
18 passive investigation. Are there traps?
Oh!
Jesus Christ.
Not
Yes.
again.
Not again.
There are traps.
I'm gonna grab like a stick and like whack it on the ground in front of me as we approach.
Okay. You want to
Frida!
trip the traps?
I'm just
Or
trying
you
to get
just want
close.
to get close enough to call out?
Yeah.
Okay. And you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Frida, are you home?
You hear a... What?
Do you have another mud trap?
Of course! And of course I'm home! Who's that?
It's Faye. We met
You see the
last
little
week?
window in the front of the door open. Oh! You're all back! Closes it. Hear a couple locks. She opens the door. You see the small gnome figure, big bush of gray hair. Oh, I wouldn't go too much. Go around that. Yeah, go. And yes, okay. Guides you around a couple apparent traps, which you do notice as you get close enough. How was, adventuring? Whatever you were trying to... What were you doing? Botany!
Yeah, it turned out to be quite extensive. I think no guarantees, but there is a chance that you may begin to see life coming back to this area very quickly.
Was it some sort of plant disease?
Yes, but not a natural one.
Oh,
Yeah.
something untoward.
Yeah. A little spooky.
Shall I be keeping an eye out for something coming back?
Yeah. Frida, can we sit down?
Sure. Are you hungry? Tea, maybe.
I'll just kind of look over to Yasnip. Are you holding it?
I would have
Or
had the
you-
bow like behind me,
Okay.
Mhm.
like blocking it from view as best as I could.
I'll kind of draw you up with me and sit down with her.
Okay. She welcomes you all in.
Oh, I
Before
was
she
even
even.
thinking-
Oh.
Yeah,
before
I
then?
mean, I wasn't inviting myself into the home. I was thinking of sitting on like the front step or something. But if she invites us in, then by all
Yeah,
means.
as soon as you say you want to sit down, she basically starts beckoning you all in, and before you even like get a chance to sit down and say anything, she's going over, putting on some tea, gets out some same thing as last time, pretty much, and then eventually, like 2 minutes later, while you're all awkwardly sitting there, comes back. Oh, yeah, whatever you want.
We have some news. I don't know. I'll kind of look over to Yazip. We found something. I don't think it bodes well.
Well, about what?
I'll hold the bow. Just kind of hold it in front of me.
Ah. Well, I would say I'm surprised, but I had kind of come to terms with that possibility. Do you know how?
We could speculate, but the creature that was in possession of this was also probably responsible for a lot of the death in the area.
Creature?
Person?
A monstrosity.
Something, do you know, was Thorin trying to fight it or hunt it? Or did this just...
What do you remember
don't
of him
know.
before he left? Said he wasn't feeling well. Did he say he was going to look for something?
He seemed to have lost his health a bit, and he grew paranoid, almost, I don't know, I would say fearful perhaps, which was not like him. He was very courageous and sturdy, and sort of distant, like, I don't know, like his mind was elsewhere. And then started demanding to be left alone, which was odd and disconcerting. And then he disappeared.
There's speculation. But I'd like to think that it was the part of him that was trying to still be courageous. To go and confront what he felt may have been causing it.
And he found it. I take it did not go well for him.
It almost did not go well for us, and there was many of us.
Did you find a body?
We'd like to pay your respects. We did have a burial, just outside of Raygrove. It's marked with a string from his bow.
Someone there knows where it is?
Solomon Wongo would be able to direct you.
I've talked to him before. I would like to. Thank you for doing that. She kind of retreats a little bit. Seems to take a minute to compose herself. And to sit in that. Let it sinks in a little bit more. See, like, the fringes of tear. But you dealt with whatever it was.
Yes.
Permanently?
We believe so.
Good fucking riddance, I'd say.
The effects
Whatever it
appeared to
was.
wane after the death of the creature. So it may take some time. Are you safe here, Frida? Do you feel safe?
Safe is relative, I suppose. To just about anywhere. It's certainly not as safe here as it might be, I don't know, behind some big walls in some big city, but I don't want to live there, so. No, this is as good as it'll get for me and Muffin, I think. She ambles over while she says this, picks up her chinchilla, brings him back, and sits down, just kind of holding and petting.
I've come to believe that when we lose someone, it's best to have a token to remind you of them. Would you like me to put this somewhere for you? Somewhere you can see it every day?
I think I might like to make something from it. I would like to keep it if you're willing to let me have
It's
it.
yours. Hand it over to her.
She takes it, kind of runs her hands on it for a second, kind of contemplates it, and then sort of sets it down next to her, leaning up against the table. Well, I suppose I'll have to try to convince some of the Raygrove folk to come visit me more often.
Someone should be
I think-
coming at some point soon. And he was a hunter, yes? Gonna take a 4 wolf claws and 10 teeth that I collected, and give those also to her.
Okay.
Possible accessories for whatever you choose to make.
These capture his spirit. Thank you. Are you, planning to leave? Soon? Quickly?
Would it help you if we stayed a bit?
Well, I have deer, and it will take me a long time to eat all of it. So if you want to stay for dinner...
That would be lovely. Is there anything that we could do for you in exchange? Anything that you need done around here? Busy work?
If your stories are true, which I see no reason to believe they wouldn't be, it seems like you've done more than myself or anyone in these wetlands could thank you for properly. So no. Alright, dinner then.
I can help you prepare it if you would like.
Certainly.
Okay.
Hmm.
She and Brightwing work to make food. I assume, Brightwing, you'll end up finding like some mushrooms and tubers and things and making some vegetarian
just a little
thing.
vegetarian down the
yeah.
side.
For the rest of you, she makes this nice spread.
While we're cooking,
Mm-hmm.
can I talk to Frida?
Mm-hmm.
Are you alright?
Well, I suppose I've had better days, but
Yes.
when you're as old as I am, you've lost quite a bit. And I hesitate to say you'll become used to it, but you learn it's part of life, and you learn to deal with it, so I'll be alright, I think. I still have Muffin.
That you do. I will say what I have learned from the outside world is that y'all don't really have a lot of sympathy for people who are in bereavement. I see people trying to get people to move on very fast, get back to life when someone in their life has died. I don't agree
I
with
suppose. Well, I suppose everyone has their own ways.
that. Yes.
There's not much room for me to be stagnant. I have to work constantly to maintain a life and safety for me and Muffin, and I don't think that means ignoring or forgetting, but well, I'm not the type to lie in bed for 3 days
That is not
crying.
what I'm suggesting.
Never helps anyone as far as I've seen.
All I'm saying, it is okay to grieve. And I will not shower you with flowery language to say he's in a better place. Because that doesn't take away the pain, because the place he's in is not with you.
Oh, the best place would have been the front porch, smoking a pipe. That's certainly...
Kind of goes silent. Seems to focus in fervently on the things she's cutting and the dishes she's adjusting, but you have a very high passive insight and perception, and you just see like 2 tears.
Brightwing lets her sit in the silence for a good while. And after a few minutes of silence, of her just kind of having that moment of grief, just has that small comfort of putting a hand on her shoulder.
It's definitely a bit better with people around.
I agree.
Thank you.
I don't want to say you're welcome because I don't want to make you feel bad about losing your friend.
I like it when people say it as it is.
I agree.
I try to do the same.
Well, if you need anything, do not hesitate to ask.
Don't know how I'll do that when you're gone, but fair enough.
Faye and I have capabilities of being able to message from far distances. We might check in every once in a while.
Like from across the river?
A bit farther.
Very fancy.
I will say it comes at might be very intrusive at points. There's not really a warning for it.
Well, there's not much to intrude on here, so I would appreciate it. Look forward to it, I think.
Alright.
Thank you again.
We'll continue.
Refocuses in. Yep. Anything else anyone wants to do during either preparations or dinner? Okay. She eventually uncorks a bottle of something that looks like alcoholic and probably not too smooth, and hands the cork to Muffin, who starts rolling it around on a table. Seems to be a thing that they do. And pours you all a glass.
I can't speak with animals.
Oh, God!
It's happening.
Yes!
Of course
boy.
it's happening.
Okay.
But very suddenly, so I could just hear what he says.
Well, he's not saying anything unless you say something.
Sitting there muttering to himself about the cork.
He's not
Nope,
talking?
he's just he's just quietly enjoying his cork.
Would you like me to throw it?
What? Did you just say something?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No. Yes.
That's real odd. I never heard anybody say anything of me before.
Well,
Beesh.
do you like it?
My cork or the talking?
And he holds up his cork.
I assume you like your cork.
I do. The talking I'm not so sure about. It's kind of weird.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude on your fun.
Can you all do this?
I'm afraid it is just I.
Oh,
Is there anything
Curious.
you'd like Frida to know while you could talk?
who's Frida?
That would be the gnome lady you live with.
Oh, right.
You know
Hmm.
her as.
I don't know. I don't talk to her. She talks to me, but she doesn't say her own name. She just calls me Muffin.
Alright. Well, is there
At least
anything you
That's what I
tell
think
her?
my name is, because it's the thing she says the most. I guess I don't really know. It's
That is-
assumption.
I believe that is the name she has came up with for you.
Oh boy, do I have something to say? I've never had to think about having something to say.
Well, this spell lasts for 6 more minutes, so if you need to think on it.
Do chinchillas know what time is?
I guess you could tell her, thank you for the warm house and the snuggling and the cork and the food. That's it.
That's it. I will tell her your appreciation.
All right.
I will also say she has had a big change in her life. The death of a friend. So if you could give her more comfort than you usually do, I think that would help her.
All of this you're speaking in your native language, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Oh shit!
Right, we
Right, we killed a mosquito. She hears just a
True!
Oh my god, you're right.
From up on the shelf, another fly.
Cacophony
God.
of accusations just echo across the cabin.
Oh no.
no.
This is the next arc.
All right, that's kind of heavy. I'll do my best, I guess.
I think just what you were doing was comfort enough. Just while we have the means, I thought I would let you know.
All right.
But I'll tell her.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I shouldn't tell her, or you won't tell her.
No,
Or
I'll
you'll tell her what I said.
what you said. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I'm getting used to the saying thing. It's kind of weird.
And then I'll turn to Freya.
Okay.
Muffin just told me that he's very, very grateful for the warm house and the food and the snuggles. And he says thank you.
You can talk to Muffin?
I can talk to animals, yes.
Fascinating. That would be a very useful trick. You don't suppose you could teach me?
I've never taught anyone.
Oh, well, at least I know he can talk. Can he understand what I'm saying when I'm talking, or is it only your fancy language?
Can you understand her? Yes, Muffin.
No, of course not. It sounds like what I mean. Certain words I learned, like muffin and food,
Yeah.
I recognize, but most of what she's saying, I had no idea.
He says he's recognized his name in certain words, but normal language, no, he does not understand.
That's unfortunate. Well, look, if you have any lessons, feel free to pass them along. I'll have less people to talk to, so.
The wilds gave this ability, so I don't know if I can pass it along.
The wilds?
The wilds, the nature, life, death, the thing that guides my people.
Are you like a seed keeper?
No. Though I met
Fair
them.
enough.
They're very cool.
Indeed. Odd in their own way, but. Alright, well.
Is there anything you'd like me to tell Muffin while he can understand me?
I suppose you could tell him, thank you for being my best friend.
Alright, Miss Freya says thank you for being her best friend.
Sure thing. No problem.
He says no problem.
She seems to kind of get a little bit of a pep from this odd translated interaction with her chinchilla.
What a sentence.
Mm-hmm. shares the drink with all of you, which ends up being like a very, very, very hard mead. And you guys have a quaint, somewhat crowded, but pleasant dinner.
Out of character.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want? Because Freya has the thing to identify. What do we have that we need to identify? Because we could do something today and do something tomorrow.
I have a glowing vial.
I have a bag of silver dust.
Nah, we don't need to figure that one out.
Listen,
So-
Brian.
I also have. I don't know if they mean anything, but they're iron boots, I think, from the Red Caps or something. I still have them, and I don't know if they're magical. So I don't know if somebody wants to detect magic on them first and
I
make
don't
sure they're
have
even
it-
worth doing.
I don't have
But
it
I
prepared
never
today,
got what
but
they
I can have
are.
it prepared tomorrow. Just
Okay. So we can pick something today and then check it in the morning and see if it's even worth doing. And if not, we'll do one of the other.
I also
vials
have
or
that
something.
key. Off the key.
We know what the key is.
I mean, it's pretty peculiar. It could be a
We
lot of
totally
things,
know what
guys.
that's
We know what
for.
that key is.
It's
I haven't
to
detect
kill
magic on the
us.
key either,
Mm-mm.
Oh shit! There it is.
which I can do tomorrow. 'Cause I
Well, we
can
could do
still-
something that we know is magic today.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
The
So if you
bag
want to
of
do
Definitely
this,
not the bag of dust.
Listen.
The vial. I found that in the bag hanging from the tree with the dead
I've
body, the
Got
skeleton.
this bag of silver dust in my pocket.
And
since
it will
episode
remain there!
rollies. I want to see who wins today.
Yeah, you guys,
No!
rollies
I
it up. I don't know what's happening here.
rollies.
Fine. Taking a picture so no one knows I'm lying.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's,
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
20.
Natural 20.
Yeah, it's close to 20.
I was gonna laugh if it's just Faye and Brightwing in the corner, just like.
Yeah.
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 Push them out! Hold her for cheers!
I wanted to.
I wanted
I had
to give
15
my
for the
best.
record. That was poor god.
Sorry.
Poor god.
Alright, we're finally gonna frickin' know, hopefully. Let's go.
It should not be magic, it is just silver dust.
Watch her refuse to do this because she already did it today on something else.
Please.
All the
Matt,
magical items that
please.
she encounters.
Now roll us
Oh,
between
yeah,
that and
yeah, yeah,
Brightwing to see if it even
yeah, yeah.
happens.
They
Oh,
glow in
that
the
dice is
dark.
so pink and bright wingy.
I have
They-
pink dice.
They glow in the dark blue.
Oh, let's go.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's very fun.
So what's happening?
pinky green ones too.
In a part of the conversation that's more laid back, could we just ask her if she could identify this with the same thing that she did before?
And you pull out the dust,
Yeah.
which is in your. Is it in your pocket knife? I don't know.
I think you just had that in your pocket. You haven't
I think
said
it's
you're
just in my
putting it in the
pocket.
knife.
I don't
this
think I put it in my
entire time.
pocket knife.
Okay.
It's-
Your D&D Beyond I
obviously
know
not good
has
stuff.
a container for the pocket knife, so whatever's in there should be in there, and whatever's not should not be. Just for clarity.
I have. No, it's not in there.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not even in my equipment, but I think I wrote it down in my notes. I don't have it in my equipment, but we have it. I know
Someone of you has. Oh, did you take it because you got it when Seraph and Vanna left, and
No, I always had it. I never gave it away.
Yeah.
That bag
Oh.
of silver dust.
I
that
thought
came
they
with-
left it behind. With
No,
they
that
left
was
some
always
stuff.
in my.
They left the earrings.
Okay.
And
I think it got confused on who got what, but I never gave the bag of dust away to anybody.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. In any case, you guys, as a party, certainly have it. So.
Yep.
Sure. All right. You bring it out.
Oh, well, I won't even consider it a favor. I'm always curious about these sorts of things.
Reaches into her pocket, pulls out the small, like, sort of jeweler's lens sort of thing with this green gem. Looks at it through the lens. A few seconds go by. As a side note, anybody who feels like they would want to. Roll an intelligence check.
For what?
I cannot tell you.
Nah,
It would be
How
if
do
you're
I
paying
know if
attention.
Okay.
If you're paying attention to what's
9.
happening. If you're just drinking and vibing, you probably wouldn't roll.
I'm paying attention, but I doubt I know what's going on. No. I got
17.
Natural 3.
Was it in? It's an intelligence check.
Mm-hmm.
It's a natural 20 for 20 total.
Damn!
Wow.
Okay. Okay. This actually works out pretty well. Faye and Eclipse. Both of you were there initially when Brightwing opened the pocket knife and watched as everything happened. And I would say, Eclipse, you also have probably seen a number of these types of things before, given where you come from, people you grew up around, and what the kinds of things they had. The two of you notice the look and make of this lens that she has, and this little green gem that's set into the corner of it. And it kind of sparks a little memory of something that looked kind of similar that you had seen previously when Brightwing started pulling things out of that space.
The monocle?
You don't notice this, Brightwing.
I'm
You're
looking
entranced
into-
by Frida.
Looking through.
So it's not so much, it's the monocle specifically or whatever she's using to identify is what's triggering the
The
memory.
lens
Okay,
that
what she's
she's
looking
using,
through.
yeah. It's different from the monocle. It doesn't
Okay.
It's not a monocle. It looks
Yeah.
more like a jeweler's lens, but it
Okay.
has a similar it gives you a similar vibe, and it has that same sort of green gem.
Yeah, monocle with
Okay.
gold chain, green gem.
Okay.
Just oddly sparks a connection in your mind. And then a few seconds later,
Ooh, very fancy. If you throw this up onto a bunch of people, turns them all invisible. For a time.
For how long?
I think it can vary a bit from my understanding, but a few minutes-ish.
Brightwing, you can add, or whoever takes it back, the dust of disappearance
The dust of disappearance?
to wherever you want to
Bag of
store it.
Whoa!
Did you just say the bag of gone?
Done. But yeah, the bag of gone also works.
I don't know. I think she would put it in the pocket knife, but I don't know if she would take it out right now because she was told not to take it out in front of people.
That's true.
So I'll just put it in my backpack.
Okay.
Eclipse, does that remind you of something?
Yeah. I think we might.
Hmm.
Should we have her take a look at it? I mean, she can't do it now, but would it kind of,
I almost
you know,
put
if you
dust
put
of
the
deliciousness.
dimension in a bag of full. You know that thing we were talking about with
Yep.
the bags?
Mm-hmm.
But what if you identify an identifiable object? What happens?
I was just gonna say we could try to just use it.
I mean, if you guys know how to use it, that would be. You could definitely just do it.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
Do you want to ask her how that thing works? See if you can figure it out.
yeah.
Go for it. I think
Frida.
that could be good.
We may have come across an object similar to yours.
This?
Yeah, they're a little different in form, but probably kind of similar. How do you activate that? You just look through it.
Yes, you do, but there's... I don't know exactly how to explain this. You have to have, a grasp of arcana or a bright enough mind, if you will, to kind of see through it the way that I do. And some people can do it, some people can't. It's
So you have to have a knack for it. Okay.
kind of, or maybe it's a mental capacity. I don't really know exactly how it works, to be honest.
I mean, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Just your regular old farmer probably can't look through it and see what something is, I guess, typically.
I mean, be worth a shot. I've got a little bit of that. Scooch, even if it comes from a different area. Not bookie learning, but I'm a little good at a lot of things, so I could give it a shot.
I think it'd be worth it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Frida, we've got like some tents and stuff. I think we might crowd your house a little bit. Would you have any objection to us setting them up outside? Is it nighttime?
Yeah, it's like
We had dinner.
It's evening. It's not night yet. It was kind of relatively an early dinner. She's very old, so it's probably like 6:15.
Oh no.
It is exactly 6:18.
It's probably give or take. It's exactly in 45 seconds.
Sunset is arriving soon.
God.
See, I mean,
Oh, certainly. Well, I would say as many if you want to crowd in as can. I wouldn't be opposed, but if you want to set up tents outside, of course. If you want to stay the night.
I just don't know how far we'd make it in a little boats
Yeah,
between
that's
now
fine.
and actual dark.
Yeah.
She looks
think
out the
we'll
window.
head out.
Not very.
We'll head out in the morning.
Of course.
If you'll accept our company.
Happily.
Hmm.
Do any of you smoke?
Only Faye raises her hand.
I'll give it a
Right.
shot.
Hmm.
If you're offering, I'll try anything once.
Have you not before?
Not if you ask my father.
Ah, fair enough. Well, that is the mark of true friends when you can smoke together. That's how I see it, at least. Otherwise, you're just acquaintances.
I like that.
I don't have any true friends.
Rip everything.
All right. Dinner is wrapped up. Some after dinner drinks are poured, and you, Faye, and Yasnip and Frida go out to the porch to smoke. What does everyone else want to do while they do this?
I think
I'll clean up dinner.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll help, and then I'll talk to Brightwing real quick about the little thing.
Okay.
So I'll help carry the dishes and stuff as much as I can move around in this tiny house.
Okay.
Just be like, hey, that thing she's using, and the thing that you have from the knife, I think that might be similar, if not the same.
Do we meet the monocle?
Yeah.
You could get it out. You could look at it.
If you want to while they're out there. I mean,
Yeah, no problem. I like using this thing.
yeah.
Was that you using it?
That's
Okay.
her. You gotta like
Okay.
vogue it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You open it up.
Open it up, and Eclipse, you see just a very mosh posh of like a little sailboat with a toy dragon in it, little dried out like leaves and stuff hanging on the corner, a nice little clean area where the original stuff was, and then just everything else has like notes and stuff and
This is
just odds and ends of stuff that she's picked up.
this is Brightwing's high school locker. And
Yes.
I'm not
It's,
gonna judge.
it's a nest. It's a
There's-
nest.
And she
Full of shinies.
digs around
Yep.
for the pouch of gold, opens it up. That was with the original one. It takes out the gold monocle that was in the
Okay.
institute.
So I'm gonna carefully, if you'll let me just take it and kind of shift it around. Does it now reminiscent?
Yeah, you see as you shift it, and the light hits it in different ways, there's sort of this flash of green in the lens
Okay.
that seems a little less than typical for your base monocle, and that same green gem and the way that it's like put together and the gold that surrounds it, it all kind of has a similar vibe to it.
Okay. Huh. Did we have anything else we needed to check out? Do you want to see if you can use it? I think Faye
The
says she
vertical?
might be able to as well. Yeah.
I'm not very arcade in nature.
Okay. Are you okay if we let Faye take a look at it? See if she
Yes.
can do something with it?
You're more than welcome to have whatever you would like from my pocket knife.
I just want to make sure. We have agreed you get to keep it, so I don't want to just take it from you.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll hold on to it for now, and I'll just wait for them to get back and get done with their thing.
Okay. Faye and Yosnip, have either of you ever smoked? This is like a tobacco-ish thing. It's not like a super intense drug.
Oh.
But have
well,
either
then
of you never
yeah.
smoked?
I would say hanging out with stage crew and like just all manner of performers. Yeah, probably a time or two.
Okay.
Say, hanging out with descriptive individuals of my past, also very possible.
Fair enough. Okay, all right, then I won't make either of you roll anything, but she pulls out a pouch of stuff, fills up this pipe. She has this, this very gnarled but smoothed out and like carved pipe that looks like it came from a branch or a piece of tree that just curved that way naturally. And then she's kind of touched it up, lights it, passes it around. You guys smoke for a little while on the porch. Probably talk about whatever curious things she finds interesting or that you guys want to talk to her about. Anything specific that anyone else wants to do with the course of the night, though?
Yeah, once they get back, I'll give Faye the little monocle.
Hmm.
Do you want to try it out?
I
You got
do,
something
and
else you wanted to try?
yeah, I'll pull the vial full of swirling liquid.
Are you also like super high right now too? Or
It's
No,
just
it's tobacco.
tobacco. It's not drugs.
Yeah.
are you sure?
Am I high? Now I'm
No,
questioning
you're
it.
not high.
Okay,
Are you sure?
I would know.
You feel like a nice, relaxed, sort of
Yeah.
tiny little
Shit hits different.
buzz, but
It's a creeper.
Hmm.
Aw, man.
Yeah, the
How distinguished do you
faintly
look?
glowing vial that I acquired from the bag with the skeleton.
Okay. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Not proficient, but I have a little bit of a. I probably have. I might arguably probably the. Unless anyone else is proficient, I might have the highest modifier with Jack of all trades.
Oh, you're half proficient?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your intelligence?
14.
Okay. And you want to look at the potion?
I would like to certainly try.
Okay. You take a moment to focus in through this lens, and at first it's just like looking through a regular lens and nothing odd, and it doesn't magnify or change. You don't see anything different. And then a few seconds later, as you focus, the lens turns green, and everything behind it turns green, and you see these curved lines of what look like runes, small, almost like solar flare type bits of Arcana seem to move around a little bit, and you gain an understanding of what you're looking at. This
We've
is...
had identified this entire time!
You have a lens of Identify,
Oh my gosh!
which you never took any time to try to figure out.
We couldn't identify it.
No, you couldn't. But you could have detect magic on everything inside the thing, and you didn't.
Could have been
Fuck,
cursed.
You
I
did
did.
not.
Could've been
You did
cursed.
detect magic
No, no.
on the knife
For
to
real
find
though?
out it
But
was
could've been
magical,
cursed?
but it was
We are
down by the
cautious
time
on
you
purpose.
used it. Yeah, also that. And you identify this potion to be a potion of the sleepless mind.
Okay.
So no dreams?
It's a little more
Berserk
than
in a
that.
bottle.
You do not need to sleep for the next
Damn.
48 hours when you drink it.
Whoa!
You can't suffer
Word.
from exhaustion as a result of lack of sleep or similar spell effects during that time.
This is the intense night watch.
Whoa!
This is what I wish existed in real life.
Oh, for
Mhm.
real.
It's Red Bull, but like, good for you.
With no exhaustion. Alright.
D&D Red Bull. You would
Red
give
Bull
that
with
to
no
me.
repercussions, let's go.
You would give that to me, yeah.
And as you will note on the lens of Identify, whoever wants to add it, you do need to have an intelligence of 14 or higher or proficiency in Arcana to use it.
Wow, so
Not
you
could
just
be
hit the
me.
threshold. Dang.
Yeah.
not
And
be
I don't. If anyone else has an intelligence of 14 or higher, they could also use it. But
Nope.
Nope.
no one else.
There's one here! No!
Wow, Faye
Surely
squeaked
not.
it in that much.
Surely not.
Oh boy.
If Seraph were here,
I have 10.
I also have 10, which is
Dope.
I
obnoxious.
also have 10.
Let's go!
I have
We're
11.
so
Wow.
average.
I am in the average
Oh,
intelligence.
no.
Alright.
That's like intelligence saving throws for everybody.
Yeah! Give that sweet proficiency. Cool. We got it.
Do you want this back? I'll hold the lens out.
I mean, we could keep it in the pocket knife for safekeeping.
Yeah.
but- Yeah. I don't think that's a bad idea. Do you think it has the same amount of charges? You want to try doing it to something else?
Uh-huh. I'll try it on well, we should try it on something that we already know is magical, probably, even if it's just to
Justin
test
wanted
it
to
out.
look at these circlets.
That is also true.
Do we have an active one?
Which is just...
Yes.
Eclipse does, yes.
I mean,
Oh
I could
yeah,
try.
I do. Yeah. I'll go ahead and put it on the... I'll hand it to you.
Hmm.
You look through and attempt to identify the circlet.
In an attempt to get a vibe on how many charges this thing has.
You look for those first few seconds and then the next few seconds without that change occurring.
Okay.
It seems to not be usable again right now.
That's okay. You can get it in the morning. It's handy. How many magic items do we expect to run across? I think once a day is more than enough.
It's
Yeah.
true. I'll have to remember to have detect magic up prepared more often.
If we have items like this, though, perhaps if it's a day that we're out doing stuff and things, that we save any items that we take with us for the end of the day, just to make sure we don't need to identify something immobile.
I think that's a good idea.
Hey, Matt.
Hmm.
You said the one that was in the dagger was a right monocle, correct?
The one that was in the dagger was a right monocle.
It's a
Like, if
monocle.
it's-
Well,
It's
yeah.
reversible.
Okay, well, fair. Is there?
It's not glass. It doesn't have any
Here's what I'm getting at. Does it look like it's a pair of glasses that's been cut in half, or are they completely
No.
unrelated? Okay.
No, it
That's
looks
the
like
one
a
I
very
wanted.
well-made
Little
monocle.
thing. Yeah. That would
Put
be
it in my eye.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Detect magic on those seashells.
Prestidigitation first, and then like.
I
Incredible.
just look at Faye. You look like a nerd.
Better to be a nerd than an idiot.
That really came out of left field, honestly. Yeah. Super warranted and completely justified. Yep. No fucking doubt. Well then.
And your nerd comment was well intended.
Oh, well, of course it was.
Mm.
You're a fucking nerd. You
There are
know all
worse
this crazy nerd shit.
What is nerd?
Oh, boy.
Oh.
True.
this.
Ooh, this is going to get.
Explain.
You
a
pulled it
nerve
out,
dissonance
Edwin.
in
You
a
could.
body.
You go ahead and explain that one.
Maybe when you're older. All right, so I'm going to go for a bit of a walk. I'll be back later.
Don't trip on anything. Don't
Try not to burn the
spring
place down
anything.
while I'm gone.
Let's bring a trap.
Trust me, I know where they are now. Thank you for that, by the way.
Okay.
I'll walk out.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything at the hut in the meantime?
I'm gonna go out and set up some tents because
Okay.
I'm too large to sleep in this house.
Same.
All right. Ade, when you go for a walk?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything in particular you want to do, or just getting some fresh air?
Once I get a decent enough distance away, I am, as is my daily routine, attempt to reconnect.
Okay. Anything in particular that you do or say?
Now that we're not in as rocky terrain, I solidly implant my sword in the ground. And I sort of start up a produce flame in my hands. And just kind of maneuver it around and just sort of stare at it for a bit.
Okay.
Try and focus in on the movement, specifically. You know, like how you consciously think about breathing? It's sort of a similar thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier and your proficiency bonus like you would for making your produce flame attack. That's what it would be, right? Like a
Yeah.
spell attack bonus?
Yeah, it'd be
add
plus
that.
7. Uh, 14.
14?
Yeah.
Would you like for anything that you might experience to be with headphones off?
Ooh, what a question. Leah's not back yet, so that's going to be really
I can
hard to
hear
answer
you.
right now. Oh,
Yeah,
but
headset's
that's
wireless.
right. Yeah, we'll do headphones.
Okay.
off.
Headphones
Okay.
off. Everybody else.
I'm gonna go get some pizza.
You focus in on this flame. And as you do, your eyes begin to adjust to reduce the light from everywhere else to not the way that eyes do. And everything else besides that, as you focus in, grows darker. And after a point, you don't even notice, but it grows dark enough that you don't even see anything else. You're just intently focused on this flame. And then you blink for a second and recognize that everything is way darker than it should be. And your focus comes back from the flame a little bit. Your eyes take a moment, adjust, and you see another glow from a little ways off, maybe 5-10 feet away. Look that direction and see you see yourself in a tight cavern of black rock, and there is this small trickle, almost like a miniature waterfall, that becomes this thin river of molten lava, slowly moving just a little bit of ways off to the side. Kind of turn towards that, and everything is cramped. It's not an expansive cavern, and Then eventually you turn away from that back to your hand, and as you do, you see another glow from off to the other side. And you look over and you see 2 eyes and a slightly glowing maw.
Do I recognize this place?
Roll a... I will say a history check with disadvantage.
Yikes. 6.
6. You don't recognize it in the sense of, this is that thing that happened, or this is that place that I've been. But you do have that, like, nagging thing in the back of your mind where, is this a place I've been in a dream before? Or when you're awake and you're doing something in life and you're wondering if, have you dreamed that? And there's this odd, slightly askew familiarity, but not a stark recognition. It's just a little itch of something.
Gotcha. We'll look over then at this point. Hey, Luce. That, wasn't the best, was it? You're all right?
You see the head kind of look down, inspect. And you see the fiery throat.
I'll go ahead and walk up, give her little chin scritches. You were really good out there, you know. But,
Stomps the front claws a little bit.
I thought I'd lost you completely, you know?
Head cock.
But what are you exactly?
Slowly cocks the other way. A little farther than a bear would be able to. It's kind of just tickle that owl. You're not sure. Roll an insight check,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, shit. Ah, finally, it's happening. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
You don't get a sense that she knows necessarily, but as you look into her eyes and she kind of reacts in the way that she does, you do feel a push or like a connection of purpose. Her purpose towards you and your purpose towards her. And there seems to be something underlying all of that that's deeper than either of you understand.
Well, so you're pretty important, huh? And humble. You'll come back, say hi to the folks again. You know. He might want to see you. That's all.
She looks around. And I will say, as you kind of like glance with her, and the light of your produced flame, along with the slight glow from the lava and the slight glow from her, it seems fully enclosed here. And small.
Yeah. That's a little tricky, isn't it? Luckily, I've had my go or two in situations like this, so there's got to be some way out of this fucking place, right?
She kind of gets up off the back haunches where she was sitting, starts sniffing around, goes to the opposite side from where the small trickle of lava is. Looks back over her shoulder at you.
Did you find something?
Looks back towards the wall in front of her. You just see a wall.
I'll go up to the wall.
Okay.
And kind of put my hand up to it. Is it solid?
Feels like solid rock. She looks at you.
I mean, I could give it a shot. I mean, does it look like it's gonna cave in if I smash this wall a bit? I know you're no architect, but you know. Big words, sorry. Does it look structurally sound if I were to attack this wall?
I mean,
Yeah?
you've seen worse, you've seen better, but not much worse, and definitely a lot better.
Radical. Well, and I go ahead and unsheath the sword.
Okay.
Everything's worth a shot at least once, right? Stand back loose. It's gonna get fun.
She takes 2 steps back.
And I'm going to attack the wall.
Okay. Roll a attack.
23.
23. Okay,
Yeah.
roll damage.
I'm going to Divine Smite.
Okay.
And I also am curious, as I'm Divine Smiting, whether or not there's any kind of additional reaction from my lovely owlbear companion. How much damage is this? 2d8? Dude, I forgot how to play D&D. So I need one more. Well, that's unfortunate. So that'll be 6 points of slashing and then 8 points of radiant.
Okay. You take a swing, huge swing, and it cuts like a chunk out of stone, and then several other bits of this hardened black rock crumble away. And then that smite power hits. And normally when that happens, it seems to largely come from your like strike and from the sword. And in this moment, you sense and see it come from over your shoulder and strike into the rock. And you look back, and Lucy's eyes are glowing bright. And she steps up next to you, rears up, and slams into the wall with both of her paws, paw claws.
Yeah.
And the same sort of thing happens in the wall, crumbles away. Looks back at you.
Fuck it. Let's do this. And I'm gonna fucking do it again.
And she does the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't need to roll again.
Okay.
Over the next several seconds to maybe a minute, you both just hammer into this wall, and it crumbles and crumbles and crumbles. And then this a final moment, there's a like a big chunk of something has fallen, and as that happens, you wince for a second, not sure what's gonna happen, and then open your eyes, and you are back outside the wetlands. And I'll leave it up to you whether you're alone or not.
I would say no.
Okay. You see next to you, eyes slowly returning to their still coal ember deep set in the black, but not this bright burning. Your owlbear.
We did it. You confuse and amaze me sometimes, Lucy. Yeah, you've got some muscles. I know. Well, we'll go say hi. I'm sure there's a bit of jerky in your future. Cool. I'm gonna get up on my owl bear and we're gonna ride back into camp.
Alright. Leah's not paying attention.
No, she
has
isn't.
no
She's off
idea.
somewhere else.
Okay,
There
she is.
Alright, cool.
Okay. Roughly, I would say it would be about 45 minutes to an hour, Agewood, unless you want to take any additional time. Passes.
Probably a slower return.
Okay, maybe an hour and 20 minutes later.
You hear a set of very heavy footfalls entering the camp once again.
Oh.
You all look over and see Lucy next to under Aedwin.
Jerky!
Lucy!
Lucy! Hello, darling. Great timing, Edwin, right when we're about to get in boat.
I go ahead and hop off. What, you think Lucy can't swim?
She
Lucy,
can
you
certainly
can swim.
try.
Besides, we're going downstream anyways, so she's not fighting the current either. She just gets to...
What in the sweet hell is that?
It's a Lucy!
Our muffin.
Our muffin?
It's a bit of a bigger, more well-done muffin,
You're
to be fair.
damn
but-
right, it's a lot bigger than Muffin. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's
Do you want to give us some jerky?
Ooh, venison
She's
jerky
very
would be
nice.
Very good.
Very nice.
Here, I'll pull out the 10-pound bag of jerky and like give Frida a piece.
Looks very
Like,
cautious. Yes, and very high up.
I'll walk
wa-
up to
walks
Lucy
within-
first and like pet her to know that she's okay.
The scritches. All the scritches.
Frida gets maybe like 8 feet away and then tosses a piece of jerky, which Lucy grabs out of the air.
Oh, good job. Good job.
I am confused.
Trust me, you're not the only one. Don't worry.
Well, that definitely can't sleep in the hut.
No, it cannot. No, it
It
will
will
be
be
sleeping outside. Don't worry.
Okay.
She has her own little tent to pull out the tarp and like start setting the
Yeah!
tarp up that I got her.
What happens if
Probably
her feathers
best-
get wet?
Well, it's not like
Feathers
melts.
get wet. Feathers, it rides off feathers.
Well, isn't she more...
She's
fire.
more fur than feather, so
Well,
The feather is more fringe.
Okay.
Is that going to be a factor of any kind of a concern
we'll find out.
with the swimming?
She's got to
She
stay
drinks
warm.
water? Is there steam?
Can I? Lucy, I'm gonna go up and get some water. And I'm gonna ask Lucy, can I pour this on you real fast?
Lucy, she wants to pour water on you. I'm
Just- I think
not
it's-
entirely sure what the purpose of this is, to be
I'll
honest.
just-
So
I don't think
Here,
she likes
Pa.
that idea.
It's
Does
just
she
for the-
understand you?
Yeah.
If I-
isn't that
If I
the
remember
point of
correctly, I
having
haven't looked at her in a while because she hasn't been here for a while, but she can
Yeah.
understand common, I believe.
She
can't speak it.
I thought it was she
It's
could
the ability
understand
to understand
aid
one
language.
language of your choice that you speak. Yes,
Which you chose common? Unless you didn't choose common. Okay.
I
then yes.
definitely chose common.
He's hiding her from us, you guys.
She lifts up a
little
paw.
bit. Does the water like roll off like some dogs with like that are more water bound, or is it soak in, more absorbent?
It seems to. There is a slight hiss of steam, and it seems like it would roll off pretty decently well.
She'll be fine in the water.
She's gonna steam the river.
We could make tea in the river.
People are really gonna know that we're coming. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
Just
The steamboat.
oh!
I don't know what that is, but
Those two words can be said together, and they're not an invention. That's not in the fantasy times. It's fine.
No,
it's
Broadway
fine.
just invented it. Canon.
Shit! You are correct. I mean, well.
Steamboat Lucy.
My God. Well, guess we got her back.
So Lucy's back.
Where'd you find
Okay.
her?
Back again.
She's back. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Where did I find her? That's such a loaded question.
Ugh.
A bit.
Would you like it
Honestly.
to be loaded?
Honestly, I'd rather it be fucking simple. But it's not.
Oh, complicated question.
Yes, it's extremely complicated. Walked off in the woods, and she reappeared. So here we are.
Okay. So similar to the first time. Walked out in the woods.
Similar to the first time.
Okay.
Like, appeared in the same way that she disappeared, or like walked
She
up to you?
walk outside of a tree and come up to you.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
About the tree.
Good. So
Behind the tree.
Lucy,
Uh,
is it?
Canon.
So boy, I guess I had a bit of a vision, and she came to me in that vision, and when I got out of that vision, she was just here again.
Do you have to vision for her to show up?
I don't know. It's
Okay.
only the second time this has happened.
Did you eat mushrooms before this vision?
Yeah, they were
He
smoking.
didn't smoke with us.
so,
I
mean,
did make mushrooms with dinner.
So, did you
That's
check
it.
those first?
Did you just give us like straight mushrooms?
The monocle wasn't magic at all. We're just sitting here staring at like the cap of a medicine bottle, like I can see everything.
can see.
Like we've got Muffin's cork and we're trying to look through it.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I wish that was
Frida-
true, honestly.
Frida pops
retcon,
in.
retcon, that's
Retcon,
happening.
That is exactly
Yeah.
what happened. That was the second
No,
time. We weren't
Those
looking through it at
mushrooms
all.
are in a different container. They're the ones for the cooking.
But you do have some.
Well,
Frida,
Allegedly. Allegedly.
I-
you
We're
have
not
some.
gonna
We're friends, Frida. You know.
we're friends now. We've
share.
smoked together.
Let's calm down, everybody. Let's not try and get Frida's mushrooms involved in this.
Yes, we
So-
won't try to get Frida's mushrooms. At all.
Definitely not.
So,
Why
alright.
are you winking?
Well, regardless,
You have
Lucy's back.
something in your eye?
Yes.
That's my finger. I'm sorry.
All right.
Right.
So,
She brought you a smile with her.
I'm not sure what to do with that.
Lucy,
I've
are you
got a
just
lot
a
to think
pedestal
about.
of happiness? Yes, you are.
Yes, you
Yes, you
are.
are.
All of the scritches.
So it turns out, whatever happened, she didn't like die. She just went back to wherever it is she came from.
So she
She went home.
unmanifests or whatever.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
like she's not like a creature as we understand it, or like a normal.
Does it hurt
It's
her
weird.
when that happens? Is there any?
Does
way
it
to-
hurt when that happens? I assume it does, right? Like you get
Yeah,
the
like
crap beaten out of you, and then you just
Mm.
explode into fire, right?
Mm.
That doesn't feel great,
She's
right?
a tough girl. Look at her. She's so
Yeah.
strong.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
you are so strong.
more scritches.
Oh, these gritties.
Yeah, I love this bear.
Cool.
I don't know. Everything about this is weird, and a lot of it doesn't make sense.
We'll figure it out. She's here now.
I think that
Yeah.
fits our
Better
vibe.
care than last time. Yeah.
That's right, Lucy. We're not going to send you into battle anymore. I've got ideas for what you can do instead to help us out. But we're going to keep you away from the big bad monster boys and girls and others.
And all the in-betweens.
Yes. Does that sound good? I assume you
No,
don't like
Lucy.
exploding, so...
You really showed those wolves what's for. Like establishing dominance, being a big, tough bear, knocking them around.
Puffs up her chest.
He's a fighter.
Of course she's a fighter. I just don't want to have her explode again, that's all.
She could hang in the back with Brightwing and I.
Yeah, that's
Would
kind
be
of what I
good
was thinking.
backup. Good
Yeah.
protecting.
Mm-hmm. I could hide behind her.
It's good to have
We'll
you
figure
back,
it out.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think sleep is probably in order. We've got a very interesting trip back up the river. So,
True.
Have to
Alright.
see a river about a door.
Yes, we do.
Mm.
We do, in fact, need to do that.
Okay. You guys go to sleep?
Yep.
All right.
I would make honeysuckle for Lucy before I go to sleep.
No.
Okay. Okay. You guys get another and probably increasingly better night's rest over the few nights you had leading up to and surrounding the fight. And really the last week or two in general. A good dinner and an actual roof and a bit of hospitality goes a long way, and you guys have a restful night. Wake up in the morning. There is tea and morning biscuits to be had with some very, very fresh jam.
what kind of jam?
Loganberry.
Hell yes!
Oh, I'm so excited. Let's fucking go. It's good shit.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
all taking off this morning then?
Yes,
Yes.
but before, does anyone have anything they would want to make sure is magical? I
I'll
just
pull out
finished preparing my spells.
these
for
iron
today.
boots that I don't remember how big they are. They've had them freaking time.
They are.
I remember
they
they
are.
were from the red cap, so they were smaller.
Yeah.
Well, the creatures were smaller. The boots are
Yeah.
kind of oddly large for the size of the creatures,
Right.
but that doesn't mean they would fit you by any means.
They
or
won't
a
anyway.
twin.
There's no way.
Well, yeah.
So I pull them out and I won't put them on anything. I'll just kind of hold them because that way they don't damage anything in the house. Because I don't know how heavy they really are. Couldn't do anything. So.
Oh, that's right.
Alright. I'll detect magic.
Okay. On the boots or anything else?
Anything, if someone wants to pull something out, I can look at anything for 10 minutes.
The carved rod that we had found at the base of the goblin explosion at the door.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I will also take out all the stuff.
We identified that. Wasn't it like a wand of fireballs or something? No, we didn't identify that.
No, you had no way to identify anything except for Frida
It's a rock.
checked.
Maybe
I
we
think
assumed.
Aedwin's book.
Yeah.
Because they were holding it, and then there was like an explode. We kind of like filled the gaps in there a little bit, I think.
That makes more sense. But we can see.
And
Yeah.
I'll take
Okay.
out everything that was originally in the pocket knife too, to be detected, just in case.
Yeah. So
You never know, it might be a magic she shell. I don't know.
Shisha?
A magic
Shisha.
what?
Our
A magic
shisha.
shisha?
She shell.
Or
Magic
fire
shisha.
shisha.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
Okay.
Matt, what was that vial called, by the way?
Potion of the Sleepless Mind.
Shell.
Mm.
Seems
None
weird.
of the items. Well, actually, that's not true. The boots and none of the items in the pocket knife give off any magical aura. The
Sweet.
rod that you found gives off a very slight magical aura, and you get a blip, Brightwing, and we talked earlier that Brightwing doesn't really understand the schools of magic by their names per se, but from what you would understand and what you understand as Leah, there's a hint of transmutation to it.
We did know this.
From which one?
I think I've detected magic on this before, from the rod.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
What,
we.
what gave the faintest blip?
The rod gave a faint blip. Nothing else did.
Okay.
Boots regular, and everything else in the pocket knife. The monocle gives a pretty decent magical aura, but you know that at this point.
Alright. Cool. I can finally get rid of
Anybody
these.
got anything else?
Nope. I can't wait to get these out of my inventory.
I would say towards the end of it all, I would thumb out of one of my pockets a small loop and just kind of hold it up. Do anything for this? Message Matt.
Okay.
It's always good when you pull out items from your inventory and the DM is just like, "What the fuck
Huh?
are you doing?"
Can I, when that's happening, can I just leave the boots on the side for Frida to make a trap out of? Because I think that would be
These
fun.
iron boots?
They're not like super big, but they were bigger than the red caps, so I think
They
it would be
were,
funny.
and they were very heavy.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Like
I'll
very, like, disproportionately heavy.
I'll
I
see
did
if-
not
if
remember
she
that
wants
fight
it.
at all.
You do not see a blip on the loop that Yasnip is holding. Brightwing.
No, it does not appear to be magical.
Worth a shot. Thank you.
No problem.
Just take it, just
So,
be like-
are you guys preparing to leave, pretty much?
Yeah, I'm
To
gonna
the
ask Frida if
boats.
she wants these, and if not, I'll find somewhere else to get rid of them.
Don't know what I would do with them, but I can put my mind to it, at the very
If-
least.
You
If
could
you
set it
wanna-
up that if someone, you could set them in a conspicuous place, and if someone tries to steal them, it could drop a net on them.
Yep,
Mm,
that's a good one.
ideas
Or
are
someone could
forming.
step in them by accident. That'd
Mm.
be hilarious. All right.
Or fill them with something very sticky, so that when someone tries to put them on, they can't get them back off.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Good
All
option.
Oh,
right.
and they're like really heavy too, so like
Yep,
you're
yep.
really just stuck with them.
Mm.
And it's terrible.
Could be funny.
Nice.
Could be really funny. All right, they're getting it.
Frida quickly disappears back into the house as you guys are preparing to leave, and comes back out with a couple pouches, and Muffin hopping along behind her with a very small pouch in his front paws,
No.
bounding along.
Just a couple parting gifts.
I would say hands a kind of decent sized sack to you, Aegwynn, that smells upon retrieval like a bunch of jerky.
Yes.
And then to Faye, a small, pretty small, like little wound up bit of something tied off with a cord inside a cloth of some kind. And then Yasnip, to you, much smaller than the one she had, not quite as ornate, but a small wooden pipe.
A backup just in case, but I don't think I'll be using it very often, so if you want.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you.
Does it smell like the tobacco that we had shared?
It does. And then she looks down at Muffin.
He has some leaf.
Muffin's just standing there, not really knowing what's going on.
I have a very
Yes,
bad
what?
track record with
Leaf?
creatures, Matt.
You got a little leaf. I'll bed down.
Just a leaf? Or like
No, he's holding
leaf?
a
No,
pouch.
she said the leaf. And yeah, he has a similar small pouch.
I'll try to take it.
Okay. Roll an animal handling check with advantage because
With
you've established
advantage?
you've
The first
established
one's
some
a
Brian.
two.
Guidance!
Come on.
The
you got
first
this.
one's a
Guidance.
2.
guidance. You got guidance
Okay.
from Brightwing.
Oh boy, you guys. This is a ride. That's a 22.
Damn!
It's happening.
Yes! Redemption arc! Redemption arc!
Starts
Uh,
now.
Starts
As you
with the
reach
chinchillas.
down, Muffin kind of holds up this pouch, which is a little bigger than the one she gave Faye.
Mhm.
And you do smell pretty quickly that same smell of that leaf that you guys smoked last night. And then after you take it out, he kind of just quickly like paws at your fingers briefly.
Give him a little noogie.
He takes it. Squeaks in a chinchilla-ish way that I don't have the voice to do.
That the microphones can't pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we'll say.
I don't suppose you'll all be making your way back up here anytime.
We've got friends not far away, just right over in Bragdale. So we may have reason to, be nearby at some point. Would you be okay if we reached out from time to time to check in?
Of course. And if you're ever in the area, pop in.
Thank you,
find
Frida.
We find anything else that's fitting of this, and I'll hold up the leaf. Be sure to bring it back to you.
All right.
Like, kind of kneel down and.
She takes like 2 seconds
Like, not
contemplating
not condescending, like the vibe,
No. Yep. It's more of a, like, you can get the sense, Brightwing especially can get the sense, it's like this probably hasn't happened in a very long time.
Oh.
And then she quickly walks up and gives you a big hug,
I won't let go till she lets go.
which is like a good probably 15 seconds.
Mm.
Oh.
It's lovely to meet all of you. Thank you for what you did.
Well, thank you for watching our boats. Would have taken a lot longer getting back without them.
Could I? No. No, it's okay. What do we owe you for that, by the way?
Oh yeah.
We've already decided slates are clean. Next time, though, 5 gold per day.
Mm.
That's fair.
5 gold per day.
I don't have many other ways of making money out here. All right.
I mean, that's a
Yeah,
solid.
yeah,
she's-
that's valid.
The plan-
These
the
boats
plan
are
as I
wild.
understand
You
it.
don't know what they're gonna be doing while we're gone. That's a
Dude,
good
yeah.
a good fee.
They
Hard to
have some
predict 'em.
attitude.
Should
Yeah.
make a sign.
Yeah.
Mm.
Should make it a
Canoe
little,
watcher.
yeah,
Yep.
make it a business.
Yep.
Little
Perhaps we
side
will.
hustle.
Mm.
Picks up Muffin.
I'm going to craft a bouquet of chrysanthemums for her.
Oh, it's like her
Okay.
hair.
No.
She takes it.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you for caring.
You're very welcome.
Takes a few steps back.
Travel safely. Sounds like, from what you've all gotten into, I don't know how much that recommendation lands, but as safely as you can.
Do our best.
Trevor
Always
seems to
starts with the
find us
first
so-
step. I'm gonna look for traps as I start to walk away.
You notice when you get to around where the canoes are, a bit of trap set up around where you would go to untie things.
Perfect.
She
It
didn't
looks
tell
like-
us.
She deserves the 5 gold a day, dude.
Yeah,
100%.
But you are able to notice it pretty. It looks like it was there more to entertain herself than it was to actually stop anyone from taking the canoe. So it's not hard to notice.
I'll step around
guys-
it, but not tell anyone.
Okay. Oh!
Do I know?
Well, do you untie the canoes? It's like built up around or set in place around where you would untie it. Where if you were to pull a rope off without noticing, you would trip something that would fall.
I will very carefully untie one of the canoes.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check.
Hell yeah. I've been waiting for a moment to roll a nat 1 on this, Matt. Are you fucking kidding me?
Is it a nat 1?
It's a fucking nat 1.
Yes!
For 9.
On
When you will
wow,
it into
for
existence,
9.
For 9.
Yeah.
that's what
The
happened.
universe is listening, man.
I need to just put my foot in my mouth. Yeah, that's a legit nat 1. Fuck.
Okay,
That fucks with
you
Yeah, that's fine.
Get out of the way.
you
Give it to
you attempt to do this carefully, and as you do, the rope slips for just a second, and when you go to catch it, you tug a little bit,
Oh no.
and it opens this little small compartment in the post. And you didn't really hear it at first because your passive perception is not bright wings, but as soon as it opens, you hear zzzz, and this tiny swarm of wasps
oh
comes
shit,
flying
even
out at
worse.
you.
Oh, I have a
That's so
thing.
much fun.
Even
I have a thing.
worse.
You see a little wasp's nest inside this cubby built into the post.
Are we next to it?
You guys are all within, I would say, 20 feet for sure.
I will channel divinity and control animal. Or farm animal.
Okay. I'm
Didn't
gonna
try
say
that against
before
the
you.
wolf?
I'm gonna say before you have a chance,
Those were not.
you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
And
This
it's a
is
natural
gonna-
20 for a 25.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so you
Fuck.
jump back quickly, dodge a few of these things that are flying up around you, and then Brightwing notices and channel divinity.
Actually, I'll cast animal. Is animal friendship?
On wasps.
Dude, that
An-
has to
would
be a
animal friendship
disadvantage. Those
work?
things are bastards.
Yeah, they,
I'm gonna try.
yeah, they are.
Hate them.
Animal friendship works on a beast.
Okay, no, then channel divinity because that works on things that are radius.
What is the specifics of that?
It is.
I said, trying to make sure we did the
As
ruling
an
right
action,
on this
you can
wasp
use
trap.
channel divinity and present your holy symbol to charm for 1 minute each beast or plant that you can
Wow.
see within 30 feet. If it fails, a wisdom saving throw TC. So if you want to roll,
I will
20.
roll. No, I'm gonna roll.
A
one
collective
for each-
hive mind
yeah,
of
yeah.
wasp bullshit. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, that was a journey. Interesting. Hold on.
Oh my god.
TPK to wasp.
They're
It's about to happen.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
gotta be like a minus
Oh
3 or
my
4.
gosh. Okay, I rolled a natural 16, and then I was like, okay, that's gonna be pretty close. I had to figure out what the modifier actually is for wasp. So I just searched B because I figured that would be quicker. And a B has a -1 on wisdom, which is a 15.
Wow.
So they fail, right? Yours DC is 16.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
There's
Holy
there's
shit.
like a good 3 seconds where it seems like these things are gonna fully attack you, Yasnip, and then they all just start slowly droning around, probably making their way towards Brightwing a little bit.
There's an audible profane shit, but it's more because I dropped it as opposed to the wasps opening up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I completely forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
What? They're not very useful.
I mean,
It's alright.
Completely forgot one.
They're a charm for a bit, but we should probably get moving. They're going to get mad very soon.
Oh, this is a you thing.
Yes.
she's very naturey.
Okay.
How did you get the wasp nest inside the post?
I
Very
have
impressive.
my ways, lad.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
I'm good to let's go. Let's
Mhm.
leave.
Yep,
Yeah.
let's
go.
do the
Let's- no,
in
no,
the
no.
boat and the
In the boat.
oars and the going and the.
Yep. No.
All right, you guys quickly finish untying and get the heck out of there before I think the minute that they're charmed.
It's a minute.
Okay, it's close,
I'm outta
but
here. I'm out
you
of
guys are
here.
far enough away.
All right, Luce,
Get in your
take a
canoes.
dip.
And she just runs and leaps, belly flops into the water. A massive wave. Yep. Anyone, if you guys are in the canoe already, there's a moment when you're not sure if you're going to capsize or not.
Mm.
And then she comes back up and starts
Yeah.
bear paddling.
Yeah.
And seems like she's got quite a bit of buoyancy, and so it shouldn't be too hard for her.
Is the water steaming
Amazing.
at all?
Also, there is
Consistently?
a slight steam. It's not like boiling water steam situation. It's more like a tea, like a cup of tea that's kind of
Yeah.
been out for maybe a minute. It's
Yeah.
just a slight
Yeah.
sheen
Yeah,
around
little
her of
mist.
mist. And you guys start boating, canoeing, and or swimming your way
We
north
moving our way.
with the current of the river this time, which is good
Nice.
for all of you.
Yes.
And Leafrida. And that is where we will take our break.
Woo!
For 5 minutes and 55 seconds.
Wow,
That's a
area
made
code
up area code, Matt.
555.
I feel like I might have done that one.
Made up.
555 was introduced as a way to curb prank callers dialing numbers seen in movies way back in the 1950s.
Nice.
Interesting.
Nailed it.
555.
All right.
555.
5-5.
can I get strength checks from the rowers? Also, who is in whose canoe? Because I know we switched it up a little bit last time.
Who canoe?
God damn,
I'm
am I rowing
in
again?
my
Faye,
canoe.
are you rowing again?
Are you by yourself and Yaz and I are together?
What?
Because previously it was the ladies and then Yasnet by himself and then you and I together.
Yeah.
And then I was by myself.
And I was in the
Yeah.
Edwins, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, however you guys want to do it.
However you want to do it. I'm taking a canoe, so
A rowing portion of a canoe.
I am rowing a canoe.
Okay.
I'll row
So-
with you, Yasnet.
Alright.
And Eclipse and Brightwing, or is one of you two hopping in Edwins?
Can I ride on Lucy?
On Lucy? Because Lucy's not in a canoe.
I
Lucy,
know.
Lucy just swimming.
That's gonna be rough.
Okay, I won't do it. I won't do it. Just I was asking.
Yeah,
Like,
Lucy's
no,
just
like-
traveling on her own.
Yeah,
so,
like the
I
thing is,
mean,
I can ride on Lucy no problem. You would be able to ride on Lucy no problem.
but in the water. it's
Lucy
a
is
little-
in the water, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an
Yeah.
18
Okay.
from a strength
Okay.
check.
So you're rowing Yasnip in your canoe.
Yep.
I'm for
Okay. All right.
I decided no one else was rolling, so I just did it, and it was
So
good.
it's
If it
just
wasn't good, I
okay.
wouldn't have said anything and let you try.
That's dirty.
I would not.
Oh, yeah.
18?
Okay. And Adwin, did you say one already?
I got a 15.
Okay. Everybody's doing real solid. And well, you know what? Actually, you roll
Roll for
a
Lucy.
yeah, roll a.
All right.
We're gonna make it an athletics check for her because it's not just
It's the
pure
same. It
strength
doesn't
of
matter.
moving the thing. Okay, that's a good point.
Oh no, poor Lucy.
Bad
she's,
intention.
she's struggling a bit. She
Oh,
got
no.
a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Can we
Okay.
put a... Is there a rope that we could have so she's like...
She does not want to be
Oh, damn.
roped, and
Yep.
I would say that the majority of the lagging behind, if there is any, is just the general
Oh, yeah. Taking it in.
distractedness. Yes,
Yeah.
Of
of
the
swimming
world.
about on the river. Yep,
Yeah.
catching a fish every now and then, probably just
Hey,
for the heck
loose,
of it.
loose. This way, girl. Hey, I know, it looks really fucking awesome over there, but we're going this way, and I don't want to lose you out here, all right?
Every
Come on.
once in a while, in a little bit faster stretches, she'll just turn over on her back with her paws in the air.
No.
Yes.
Okay, Baloo.
No.
I'll like get us alongside so we can do tummy rubbies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh,
Oh, they tell me
uh-huh.
rope.
All right.
Yes,
I will do this. I'm gonna hold your guys' strength rolls for the whole trip. I'm not gonna make you re-roll each
Okay.
day, but I do need 3 d20 rolls.
Do the first
Oh
one.
fuck. Okay.
16.
16.
I'll take one. 17.
Okay.
I'll take the last one.
Okay.
5.
We don't know what they mean.
Yep.
Okay. First 2 days, which is what it takes. It sounded like, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys are trying to stop at the wall.
Yes.
Okay. So first 2 days, travel goes extremely well. Bright sunny weather. The river is flowing smoothly in the direction you're going. It's much nicer than it was coming up here.
Just
You
around
do-
the river bend.
Do not run into any gigantic tree monsters. Camp
Oh.
safely.
Mhm.
Don't get ambushed by any blood-drenched creatures. Is there anything that anybody wants to do over those first 2 days of travel?
Some I'd like to do on one of the watches.
Okay. First night. Go for it.
How about the
Come on.
second night if somebody has something they want to do on the first night?
Okay.
I'll do something on the first night.
Okay. First night. Brightwing watch.
I'm gonna talk to Eclipse.
Oh,
Okay. Brightwing and Eclipse watch.
I think just like probably like an hour into our watch. Do you see me as a child?
I think when I first met you, In a way. Yeah. But that's usually how people in general would associate someone that doesn't know much about the world. If that makes sense.
I suppose it does, yes.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong out of character, but you don't look very old either. Or does she, like, look her age kind of a thing?
She's 19.
Okay. So, yeah, then...
She looks... Yeah, she looks young.
Like
Yeah.
a teenager.
Yeah. So... I mean, in a world where you have people that look... Some look their age, some don't. It's pretty hard to tell based on appearance, but...
We just... I don't know, it's just... I don't mean to be rude, but... I know you said at first, but... I still feel that you see me that way. Not you specifically. The others as well. I guess it's just... a culture thing. Where I'm from, I've been adult for a while.
I'm gonna blame that on being an older sibling more than anything. It's probably just... I'm used to looking out for someone younger than me. I'm sorry, it's kind of rubbing off on you.
No, I appreciate the protectiveness. It's just... Edwin said when you're older. I don't know what that means.
That... She's gonna kind of point at the book that you have. It's one of those things that some people do say. It's also something people do say to a child. So, that's the usual intention. But in that instance, it was more of a joke. But what could I do to make you feel less like you're treated like a child?
Oh. You have been the most forthcoming you and Yasnip have been. With my viewpoints, at least. And I appreciate that. I don't know if there's anything to switch someone's bias.
How about I'll wait until you ask me to clarify something. And otherwise, I'll just naturally assume that you know what's going on. Would that help?
That would be very helpful, yes.
So I won't be so quick to explain the world to you. And I'll let you figure it out for yourself.
I'm very curious of the world, but I want to get my... Is it legs wet?
Close.
Feet wet.
There it is. Yeah. I mean,
Experience.
yeah, adults have to learn by mistakes, so
I've
and,
made plenty
you know.
of those.
Yeah. I think we all have one way or another around here.
Is there a way I could show them that I am not?
I think you could surprise them once in a while. Saying something they don't know. Teaching them something. Standing up for yourself, dare I say?
Don't have much practice in that.
Well, if I stop standing up for you and let you do your own thing, that might help, so I can get out of your way.
You're never in my way. I'm just getting the same sort of vibes I get back home. Just not in the way that's at home I'm seen as a weakling. Here, it's not that, it's more... I feel like I'm seen as a naive child, which I can understand. I don't know your world.
Has it gotten better? Is there anything that doesn't make sense lately that you want explained?
No, I have a pretty good perception and insight on things. So when we go to the city, which it sounds like that is the plan, I might need a few explanations.
Okay. And again, I'll wait to give them. I'll let you figure it out. Unless something's genuinely dangerous, I might step in on that one. But if it's harmless mistakes, or if it's...
I mean, you taught me why there are bells on doors, so...
Yep. I remember that one. That was a good one.
I'm sure there will be, if we ever visit my home, there will be things there.
We will be absolute children going to your house. 100%. You can treat us like children when we go there. We won't know anything.
I don't want to treat you like children. I want to treat you like an equal.
And you deserve to be treated the same. Because we would not be standing without you.
I appreciate that, but you have taken a few blows for me. So thank you.
I bounce back.
You're quite tough.
Yeah, I try to be. It gets tough sometimes. Being so tough all the time.
You don't have to be.
I do right now.
Well, don't forget that it's okay to feel something and to express it. Doesn't make you any less tough to do that.
Just saving it for the right time.
I think being vulnerable is one of the most tough things you can do.
Yeah. You know, the Frida, when she was talking about the Goliath, she mentioned that her friend was getting more distant, getting more paranoid. Couldn't help but think my dad's probably acting the same way. So I kind of hope those aren't connected, and that's just how they are. But
Where is your father again?
I'm sorry?
Where is your father again?
He's home. He's just tucked into his office more often, it sounds like. Not really engaging with everybody. The paranoia and the seclusion. But we'll head over there eventually. Go check on it.
Don't we have information for him, yes?
Yes, and a good report finally, which would be probably a weight off his shoulders, honestly. So, it'll be nice to give him some good news for a change.
I'm sure he'd be also happy to see you.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see everybody. I haven't been away from home this long in a while.
Same.
Yeah,
I think our fathers would get along.
Would they? Start talking to each other, learning stuff. My dad would be so fascinated.
He's a big, burly man.
Yeah, he's
Though
kind
he
of in the middle.
has the Khaing of a wolf, so I don't know how a tabaxi
Oh,
would get
no.
along with that. In terms
I
of
don't know how that
nature.
would go. I think it'd be fine. I haven't really had too much issue with the canine variety.
They are loyal.
That's
So you
true.
are too. So I think it isn't if the cats are or not.
Yeah. They like to have their own time, I think. In pieces.
Well, if you ever need to talk, I am here. And if you ever need time alone, I understand. Thank you for hearing me out.
Of course. I'll try to get Adrian to stop bullying you.
I am used to it.
Well, if it ever gets to be too much, just say something. It's the adult thing to do, I guess. Just tell him. Tell him off. Puff out your chest.
There's not much to puff out.
Do it anyway, it'll shock him.
I will say that I will think on it and try. It is one thing to stand up to your enemies, it's another thing to stand up to your friends.
Yeah. It really is.
We should probably get back to it.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking.
Of course.
Okay. Second day. Yosnip, as a note, I think you were the one who said you had something for night 2, right?
Night 2, yeah.
Okay. As a note, because you of your watch, and I think you would be the one to note these kinds of things. It is today is exactly 1 month from when your party was formed. But you have
As
another.
is?
No.
Okay.
Originally. So when you met Brightwing and Eclipse, and obviously Seraph and Vana. But another's days travel smooth, sunny, and watch comes.
I would say, if possible, and if Faye was also watching, there'd be a point. This is night now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I would be fiddling with some of the teeth and claws and everything that I had acquired. Doing a very sad attempt at boring holes and trying to make things line up in certain ways.
Okay.
If Faye were awake...
That can be arranged.
If I could ask everyone to take their headphones off.
Okay.
You bitch.
Hey, you bitch.
Hey, ya bitch.
There would be a point, while working on this, that he would just kind of stop, probably at a point when you weren't looking, and very slowly, like, just sit up and just kind of squint at you a little bit.
Would I note it? Would I have would my eyes have passed back over in that time?
I would hold it until I did.
Is there something on my face?
No.
You'd tell me if there was, right?
Oh, of course. You know how you are about being clean.
Yeah.
What number am I thinking of?
What number are you thinking? What if I guessed the right one?
Well, then I'd believe you.
$142.
So you can't read minds.
Oh, this is a conversation. I do magic-y stuff, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, and it comes and goes, though. I feel like I access what I need and what my soul needs through channeling the magic that lives within music. And there was a time where I did feel like I needed that, and I was able to channel that. I don't need it anymore. And so I don't do it anymore. I can't.
You don't need it because you've gotten all you want?
No, because I think I found people that I can trust enough to not need to do it.
Forgive me for asking. What do you know about me?
About you, next to nothing. I know you're good with your weapon. I know you're witty, even though you choose to make lame jokes sometimes, just to get a rise.
Sometimes the best ones.
Yeah, obviously. I know that you have secrets, and in order to deflect from those secrets, you stir the pot in others. But I won't poke. I understand secrets. I think there's a difference between secrets that are dangerous and secrets that don't need to be told yet.
Trade you one.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of an open book.
That's my line.
What would you like to know? Give me zero me in a little bit, and I'll try to think of something.
I'm curious of your wings.
I am too. Mama told me, I was probably about 14 or 15, that I had the traits of someone who had been, at some point, touched by the divine. And it gave me certain advantages. But I mean, angels have like fluffy white wings, and they live in like the heavens and things like that. And the first time that happened, until I turned around, I didn't know what had happened. And they're wrong. So I don't know if I've caused some disfavor with the gods, or if or what? I don't know. Is it me? Could it have been my parents? My real parents. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know if it's dangerous, if I'm dangerous. I interact with a lot of people. I don't want to negatively affect anyone. That's why laying low and being out here is kind of not the worst case scenario right now. In case it's, I mean, I don't think it's it's not a disease or anything. It's not contagious, but
I think we're alike in that way. As you said, laying low is something I'm very good at.
are you on the run from something?
Is that the secret you'd like to know?
I want to know whatever you're comfortable sharing.
I'm an open book.
Mm,
But I need to know what page you'd like to read.
142.
I'm on the run. But I don't know from whom.
From yourself.
No, I'm not that deep. And I'm honestly not even sure if they're chasing me. It's just...
Then why are you running?
It's an instinct. I find comfort in being seen but not seen. It's a defense mechanism. When I'm unsure, I try to disappear. It's worked for me so
I
far.
could probably help you with that. I've got a really good little costume kit. If you ever needed like a wig or like some makeup or anything, I could absolutely help. I
Okay.
can't do much about the horns, but maybe a hat?
Oh, most hats don't fit. Reach up, pull on one. Have to cut them out.
Oh, don't do that. They're lovely.
Oh, I meant the hat.
Oh, well, that would defeat the purpose of hiding things.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it. I'll get you big fluffy hair like Frida's.
I'd like that. Truth is, I don't know how much the danger is, and this creature we just fought had a possible link to it, which scares me even more.
Anything I should keep my eyes out for? Not specifics, but just, any...
I'm going to flip her the loop.
Okay.
And what you see is a ring, which is filigreed, and on one side has a symbol, which is very close to the symbol that we found on the papers. Only instead of a pentagon in the middle, it almost looks like a small flame.
Do I recognize it?
No. It has that same collection of diamonds at the 4 points of the compass that you saw on those other symbols. And then, like Yasnib said, or like Brian said, a couple wisps of flame, but it doesn't jog anything that you've seen before, other than that connection.
I don't know, but I will certainly keep my eyes peeled. I've got friends in high places. They may discreetly, back in Ilmara, my family sees a lot, and they understand discretion. So if by the time we get there you'd be comfortable with them sharing any insight that they may have seen, or any of the people there in their travels, we might not even necessarily need to show them this. We could copy it.
I've given it to one other so far. It was one thing that Eclipse had sent Ascon.
And they knew nothing. But they never got back.
Well, they never mentioned it. So I'm not sure what that means. But it's the closest link that I have to what I'm worried about.
It's not magic, Brightwing checked.
Correct.
Would you feel safer keeping it in their bag of holding? The item itself is not inherently magical, but someone may be able to track this if they're familiar with it.
I feel pretty comfortable with it all.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Just the offer will stand in the event. Things in there get timey-wimey, and they don't really exist on this plane of existence when they're in there, so just for safety, if you decide.
I'll say that Eclipse doesn't know that it actually has a physical presence.
Oh, you just showed her the symbol.
Yes. I drew it.
I see. Okay. Well,
But
where did you come by this?
Perhaps that's a secret for another day.
Okay.
Anything I should look out for you?
Oh hell, I don't even know what I don't know in regards to what I'm searching for. I've been discreetly asking questions of people who may or may not have been in Restalios 26 years ago. There's not much. Maybe, I don't know, another tall woman with white hair. I don't know. I don't know even which of my parents may have been. I don't know.
Well, if you ever need help, I think you and I share quite a few capabilities.
Notice that too. I think if you're willing, I would like to teach you to be my backup instrumentalist for when I have my own stage. You could come in and have a little spotlight for a moment. I think that would be fun.
Rhythmics by Miss Rosewood. Can't tie my name into it. And Co. There we go. I'd like that as well.
Yeah, we'll figure out something that suits you.
Most does.
Toss you the flute.
I will try to do a little ditty.
Roll a performance check.
Okay.
Has Yasnip ever once in his life tried to do anything like this on a woodwind instrument of any kind?
I'll roll for that as well. Because
okay.
I can't think of any instance where he would, but for that first, dead in the middle, I'd say he probably was interested in them at some point. Maybe he picked one up and figured out it was not for him. So I'd say he's less likely. Then. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
11. It was a 9
Okay.
and an 18.
It's more or less.
toot,
Yeah, it's more or less
toot.
what you could expect.
Perhaps
get
percussion
there.
might be more my bag.
Yeah, we'll get you a little drum or something. I
Mhm.
gotcha. A cowbell.
Hey.
Alright. Well, I think I'm not nearly as untrustworthy as you think I was, or thought I was. So, if and you find yourself in need of an ear or of a partner in crime, my services are available to you.
I never said you're untrustworthy.
It was a vibe. It was a vibe, for sure.
I mean, you only felt it then. I'm intrigued by the capability of reading minds. It's something I'd love to be able to do. The fact that you stated it openly is what I was appalled, or not appalled, that's the wrong word, surprised at, rather. I'd imagine that would be something that you'd want to keep quiet.
I don't think that in a group like this, hiding abilities is beneficial to anyone. I think that if we do trust each other and if we have the similar goals, we should be aware of what cards are on the table.
It's fair. Same to you. Perhaps we can share more secrets another day.
You gotta be careful telling me secrets, buddy. I write stories.
Let's change the name.
There you go. There you go. Dear Jim.
Shanaz sounds pretty good.
Shanaz.
Shanaz Perennial Changier.
Noted.
And the flute back.
Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't open up much.
You open a lot of bodies. So, maybe that's your way. No, that was bad. That was bad. Ugh, it's
Yeah,
late.
you might want to work on that a little.
Yep.
May have gone a little morbid there.
That's me. That's what I'm here for.
Open up gold purses. Tip more. Help others.
Yeah.
Open up mine heart.
I don't think mine has an opening in it anymore. I think it's just a dry, shriveled up little, like a dried pea.
I heard tale of one whose heart grew multiple sizes.
It sounds quite painful and life-threatening, but
Yeah, he didn't seem to enjoy it that much, but I guess he had a happy life afterwards.
all the power to him.
Maybe it's tied to your wings.
That's a thought. There is no hope. On that note.
Hi.
Okay. Leah once again has no idea.
Leah has... Leah!
By the way, Brian, I
Yes,
don't know
sir?
if you remember this, but the best part about that reference is that there was a Grinch character in a storybook multi-shot. So it's within the multiverse. Okay. Thank everyone. I thank you all for everyone's patience with everyone else's solo stuff tonight. That night ends. Next day, you guys are, I assume, keeping an eye out for that place.
Yeah.
That's the main idea. Okay. About a little less than halfway into the day, it is not quite as sunny as it has been. It is gray, overcast, and then towards the middle of the day, even begins to rain a little bit on the river, which is it's a very wet situation
Matt,
all
it
around.
just stopped raining here. Why do you have
pull-
to do that?
I didn't do it.
Could we pull Lucy's tarp out and rig it up over our canoe?
I'll hold one end and mage hand the other end, and just hold it up.
And just recast
Okay.
Mage
Yeah.
Hand every minute?
Yep.
Yeah,
True.
I would say you can probably pull that off to some degree.
Or
I have
rather,
fishing poles. We'll put the fishing poles in the
fishing
end
pole
of the,
on
in
one
the boat.
side and my weapon on the other side.
Somebody, one of you roll a. I'm gonna say
doing
this: one of you roll an intelligence check, and the other one roll a dexterity check.
I'll do the dexterity.
Okay.
General dex, or is it?
Yeah, straight dex.
That's a natural one.
Oh gosh.
And a 12.
Well, you really are. You feel like you're doing okay, like at trying to execute these plans, Yasnit, but the plans are just all shot,
Yeah.
and it's a hot mess. It really
The
just ends up
fishing
being
rods
the
are like
tarp's
bending.
it pretty much just ends up the tarp kind of like hanging across your guys' heads.
At least we're not wet.
Mhm.
I'll propel you.
Mm.
Dear,
Yep.
you give direction.
It is rather cold
Mm.
and very wet, but about halfway through the day, you come around a bend.
Just
And you see that
around
spot.
the river bend.
You recognize that bank and then the walled stone.
Oh, we made it to the place with the.
You
the
you
thing.
recognize this
Oh
place, yes.
my god.
Are the goblin
Alright.
bodies still here?
We moved them.
You guys moved them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm.
Can we look where we moved them?
To see if there's still bodies.
Yeah.
If I recall, you guys kind of put them off into some like bushes and stuff. You didn't
Mhm.
bury them though.
No.
Around the side or something.
They look like they have been. Some have been taken, and some have just been eaten clean here. It is. Looks like something has scavenged the bodies.
So.
Maybe it was a giant crocodile.
So I have
Like
to
a dragon.
ask if this key opens this. Do we want to do that now? We
Yes.
just want to see if it fits.
Well,
It's a
Okay.
vote. It is a
I would
voting
recall-
system.
Okay.
I believe that the goblins were charred when they tried to mess with it.
At least it's raining.
That is true.
Could I have
Should also be the one to mess with it then.
That's-
at some point in one of our watches identified the rod with the spyglass?
You
Before we
could
went
have
to
done that. You had 3. Yeah, you've had. This is the 3rd day, so you want to do that?
Peace.
Okay. It doesn't have a particular magical item name, but what the sense that you get from it is that it has some sort of magical key property that when how do I say this?
You created it.
This is on
It's-
the rod itself, not the key.
DMs create things
It's the
thinking
rod,
people will
yes.
forget about it, okay?
It seems to activate a mechanism by which something can then be unlocked by further magical interaction. The additional details of that magical interaction, it doesn't
It doesn't pick
like it doesn't maintain within itself, so you're not sure. But
For me,
you
at the very knock.
it seems to have some similar properties to that, yes. That it will serve as part of the mechanism for opening a magically sealed something.
Maybe it, like, I don't know how it's gonna help us here if we have a key, but maybe it's helpful inside.
Well, there's a hole for it. Right?
Can I look to see if the key that we have looks... I'm not going to put it into the hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does the key look like it would fit into the hole better than the rod?
I will not even have you roll for that. No.
Okay.
It does not. You guys had previously inspected this hole that's set into the wall at this sort of downward 45-degree angle, and it looks like it fits the rod pretty well. It does not. This wall you're looking at does not appear to have a keyhole per se.
Perhaps unrelated.
Perhaps it's the key to the treasure chest that's hidden behind the wall.
Yes, but the door itself is a puzzle.
I don't know when we're ever gonna come back here.
But we know where it is.
Let's try.
Jeez.
See what happens.
I mean,
What was the name? The words on the wall again?
All
Did somebody write them down?
things- Yes.
Yes.
All doors crumble under breath.
And the dragon.
And there was another word that you guys could not figure out when you were here originally.
That was breath.
To hold.
No?
Breath you got from the door.
I might.
it was part of the draconic, I think.
It was in Draconic. And one of you figured out what it was after the fact.
And that was Leah.
I have it. Find
Right
it.
one. Find it!
I'm looking!
Oh, in the dragon book.
It was
Yeah.
in- it
Yes.
was in the
Yeah,
dragon.
you'd
Oh
correlated it
gosh,
between
I
the
could
two.
look at. I'll look at my dragon book.
Okay. I will say it doesn't take you too long to recall, especially since it's written so many times in here and referenced so many times in here. The word was Darastrix, which means dragon in Draconic.
So dragon breath. No, what was the full thing?
All doors crumble under breath, and that was the human farmer, the gnome, that was like chiseling, and then there was a Kel that was building, and then a dragon kind person doing something, and then there was an elf with their arms stretched out, and those were the 5
So-
words.
So it's all doors crumble under dragon breath.
Oh, above dragon with their arms out. The dragon also has its arms outstretched or something.
Hovering above the 5 creatures is a dragon with its arms outstretched looking down at the group. The elf looked as if it was looking up and singing, following appendage horns reminiscent of bright feathers, but dragon, or the dragon word. I don't
Can
know.
I cast borrowed knowledge on myself
Okay.
with the book
What-
that I was reading? 'Cause
What
it's
does
the
it
book-
do, though?
You draw
Mm.
knowledge from spirits of the past. Choose one skill you lack in proficiency.
Okay.
And I,
For an hour.
yeah,
Okay.
debating
what
on
skill?
whether or not history or arcana.
I think Arcana might be helpful.
Did we ever tell
Yeah, I'll
if the
go
doors were met?
I'll go arcana.
Okay.
for
You are
No,
proficient in
because
Arcana
we had
for an hour.
detected magic over here before, and it was just the rod. I want to put it in the hole.
Use this, and I'll mage hand. Place it in.
Do
Take it.
it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do
Any
it.
objections?
I mean, I guess not. Right? I mean, if we're just going to give this a shot just to see what happens, then
Well, I can do this from a fair distance away. Would the rest of you like to step back a little bit more, just in case?
Yeah.
Step
sure.
out
Well, the
of
other
the
problem
range
is-
of like the char ring that the goblins were
Yeah.
laying in.
Okay.
Am I
If-
standing in the charring still?
How far away
With
do
the
you go?
trophy.
I can go 30 feet with Mage Hand.
You are on the very edge of the char.
Lovely. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, you're gonna put the rod in the hole?
Yup.
Okay. Your hand, your mage hand, slides it in, and about like halfway in, it almost does that thing where like if you put something into something else where it fits exactly, it kind of like sucks almost, and it finishes it like sliding in, and you hear a and you wait a couple seconds, and then you see the wood of this rod was carved into the scales, and those went all the way up onto this intricately carved dragon's head that was at the top of the rod. And in the lining in between every scale, you see this ember glow
Back up, back up, back up.
on the
back
head
up.
of the rod.
Yeah.
Dragon breath, dragon breath, dragon breath.
Step back.
Okay. 20 seconds goes by. Minute goes by. It remains glowing.
Okay.
I
I'll
will
walk up to
begin
it.
to approach.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay.
And there was not a spot for the key at all, either in the rod or in the door.
Mm-mm.
Has
Could
anything else at all changed?
The carving has nothing.
Can I keep
changed?
an open perception check out for any changes, whether good or bad, while they're fiddling?
Yeah, roll a perception check. And Edwin, since you asked specifically, you can roll perception or investigation. It may alter anything that you may notice. Investigation if you want to like get up on the door and
Well, my
directly
investigation is
check things.
shit, so
Are we in nature, Matt?
You are in nature, yes.
I get nothing.
I'll approach and I'll pull the key out. I'll try the dumb stuff. I'm gonna pull the key out and just walk up to the door. Like, out in front of me.
Rolled an 8, just a 16.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Didn't know you could roll. I was like, 8!
Yeah.
Didn't think
You you don't notice anything, Brightwing, that seems to change or pop out in any way. Yasnip, you step up with the key. Nothing seems to happen.
Gotta try the dumb thing.
Can I like try turning the rod in the hole?
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm here specifically because fire doesn't hurt me as much as anybody else.
Hold on, I have abjuration and evocation written down in my notes. Are we sure we didn't detect magic on this door?
I can do it now.
I believe you did.
We did, yeah.
We did.
If you use the...
You want to identify the door?
Why not?
Fuck it. Yeah.
What if
That's
there's something
actually probably the
inside
best
that we'd
idea.
rather use it for?
I mean, if it's
We-
something inside that we'd rather use it for, we're not going to get in. Nothing's changed. Either it stays inside, or...
Maybe the magic has changed since you've put that in there. Maybe something else activated. You could
I could
detect it instead.
Detect magic now.
Maybe there was only one charge in that bomb that hit these guys.
We're going off a lot of assumptions here. Let's just try to detect magic, see what info we have now, and then figure out what happens next.
Was it 6 words in the thing? Was it all doors crumble under breath? Is that what it said, or was it all doors crumble under breath?
Are you asking me, the DM?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm asking DM. Was it
The-
5 words or 6?
It was 6 words with the 6 kind of slightly above where the dragon is, slightly
Okay.
above,
Got it.
and slightly adjusted off center to where it kind of like the words kind of.
So dragon breath.
Yeah.
All doors crumble under dragon. Alright, I will ritually cast detect magic. This will take 10 minutes.
Okay. Everyone else is waiting while she does that.
Yep.
I'll keep watch
Yeah.
on
Okay.
the door while she's doing that, because she's
Nothing with the
distracted.
door seems to change. The rod continues to glow.
Okay.
10 minutes pass. Your detect magic goes
Oh wait,
off.
hold on. I don't know if I could. Okay, no, bar knowledge. Okay, I'm good. Bar knowledge isn't concentration.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
You get the same senses you got before to a degree, that there is something evocative. I don't really know if that's the right use of that word, but evocation based within the mechanism of this, and that there is also something abjuration that is forming some sort of lock or keeping the door, the wall closed. And you also get the sense off of that rod. And I will say, roll an Arcana check.
Let's go. Let's go.
But I have proficiency.
Let's go.
So smart. 17 for a 20.
Yes.
17 for a 20? From the whispers of a Khaing spirit that you don't know and never met from some time past, you feel this spark of knowledge and arcana that you know you don't have within yourself. And you get this pretty convincing sense that the rod has activated something and is waiting for something. And that it can now be unlocked.
Well, the door, it is waiting for something. It can be unlocked now with that in that. But the
Aiden,
spirits told me that we just need to do something. I don't know what to do yet. Perhaps turn it or just...
Maybe we all step back and let Edwin put a little fire on it?
Dragon breath will crumble.
You can make fire, right? At will?
Yeah.
Kind of like a...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It said evocation. I don't know what that is.
All those can crumble under dragon breath. Maybe that's fire.
I try many things, but it is ready to be unlocked. It's just what unlocks it. We have to figure
I
out.
will walk up to the little rod and see if it turns or if it's just rigid in there.
It seems to be relatively locked in place,
Okay.
with the head sort of facing downwards
All
at an
right.
angle.
Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up.
Okay.
No,
32 feet
I've seen this Jackie Chan movie. Okay.
Okay, fair.
I know what
fair.
happens
No,
next.
I got you. I got you.
Feels very
100%.
Indiana Jones right now.
Where is Lucy right now?
Lucy's gonna be staying with y'all.
Okay, cool. I give all the head scratches and I hang out with Lucy.
Edwin,
Okay.
if you do somehow get burnt to a crisp, I'll make sure to make it sound epic in my story, and I'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Ooh, okay.
I'll give you guidance.
That's your detect magic.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Then everyone steps far away from you and you're left
32
alone at the wall.
Yeah, just
And he will go ahead and clasp his hands together, and as he brings them back apart, cast Burning Hands and just blast this door with fire.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Can I ready a control flames just in case?
Sure. Okay. Roll damage, and you can add the bardic inspiration to the damage, correct,
Yes.
Faye? Okay, if you want.
Ooh. What die is that?
a D8.
Oh, shit!
Mm.
Yay!
Power bar.
We're getting there, okay?
Level 5.
progress has been made.
Level
Level
5.
5.
Ooh. That's gonna be 18 points of fire damage.
Whoa.
18 points. Okay. You release this fire. All of you see the fire hit the wall and, like, instinctively take a step back, preparing for the fire to, like, balloon outwards because it's just hitting stone.
Right.
And none of you see that happen. Age, when you watch from right in front of this, as the fire, as it hits the wall and should spread, it
Oh.
sucks inwards towards the rod, and you hear, and all the carving in the door, like a bunch of fuses, light with that same ember that you saw in the scales on the rod. And then you see the wall split in half and open into what looks to be a darkened tunnel. The rod remains in, just cupped within one half of the wall. And it looks to descend downwards into a
That's so cool.
dark area.
Of incredible news, Lucy's not going to fit.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty deadly serious. Yeah.
It's pretty damn tight. If she did, it would be like shoulder brushing, and she wouldn't be able to turn around within the tunnel.
Is the rod still lit up?
You guys all approach?
Yes.
It is for a period, maybe 10, 20 seconds, and then if anyone's paying attention, it goes back to the inert state that it was at before.
Can we remove it? Or is it stuck in there?
What if it closes the doors?
Well, do we want to have a quick scout?
Sure.
I could look in.
Well, we could do it really safely from
You
out
could do
here.
Thing with
Yes.
with your creature,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you do that, and I'm gonna do a thing. I'll put a little, like a piece of wire or something, and like with a little bauble or like a, I don't know, something round and small, and cast a light on it.
Mhm.
You can put that on your creature.
Ah, yes. Okay. I will cast my flock of familiars,
Okay.
and I will choose an owl. No, let's do 3 owls. No, let's do 2 owls and a spider.
Okay.
Jess.
I'm sorry.
Jess is immediately upset.
two owls and an ant.
Okay.
Can I move toes?
Yep. 2 owls and an ant that has dark vision and a movement
Not a
speed
Alright.
of
not a
20.
wasp.
No, can't fly.
You know there was.
Instant, like, how
I didn't even say anything else, but let it happen. Just completely uncovered.
2 owls and an ant.
Okay, you send them all in?
Yes, with
Alright.
holding the thing that Faye made.
Okay. The
I
owl's
think
like
that was an
grasping it and
in-character
it
decision,
sounds.
like a
Okay.
character creation. It just was, and then it switched with the noticeable concern.
Your owls swoop down down towards this tunnel and disappear into. Actually, they would not disappear because they're holding light. Get about maybe another. Okay, I guess with the angle they would disappear. So there's like a slight step downwards, and then it seems to straighten out. And so after they like reach the bottom of the steps and straighten out, you lose sight of them. You see a little bit of light, like reflecting back, and you go into their eyes.
Yes.
Okay. Very quickly after the bottom of the stairs, maybe another 15, 20 feet, they reach what looks to be a small room. Stone carved, similar in design and make to the wall. Looks like an odd mix between a storage room and like a small altar worship area situation. You see a pedestal with a bowl that has what look like old remnants of some incense. And then on the back wall, a series of several what look like sealed compartments carved into the stone, almost like when you go into the portion of the bank vault where they have all the safety deposit boxes, almost like that, but differing sizes, some quite large. And across the walls on either side, you see paintings, largely faded, but somewhat like mildly well kept. So we're not talking like ancient Egypt, you can barely make things out, but it also doesn't look fresh at all. Of what seem to be feats, stories of dragons, several. The size based off the environment that they're depicted in, some of them the size of mountains, doing miraculous, unbelievable things, fighting what looks to be titans of some kind. It is a awe-striking depiction across both these walls. And just beyond the small pedestal with the bowl of incense, and before the wall of compartments, you see a pillar with a statue of a seated dragon, a few feet tall, on top of it, carved from crystal or gems, it looks like, or some combination of the two, with a hole at the base of its neck as the owl circles around, behind the base of its neck, that looks about that size in diameter, and a clenched jaw and folded wings. And on the compartments in the back, you see carved into every one a trio of symbols, differing between each compartment.
Okay. So it's a storage. I'm relaying this as it's being seen, but it's a storage room that doesn't have a door, so the owls were able to just go in, and it's not very far down this alley. Are there any seams on the compartment drawers?
It doesn't look like there are. It looks like they're carved from the same thing, and that it is very tightly sealed.
That's not far down.
And it just ends?
There's no other additional entrances, exits?
No, not that you can see. Not that your familiars can see.
Looks like the end? Perhaps another puzzle? I'm interested enough to go.
I very much would like to see it.
Does it sound like there's like a lot of room in there, or is it just...
How big is the room?
It's about maybe 15 feet wide by 20, 25 feet deep.
It's a relatively large room.
Okay.
Let me cast detect magic real fast again. That way we have a
It might be best, yes. I
I'll
can,
surely cast it.
I can start looking for
Okay.
anything on the stairs or on the path down.
Yeah, I would be checking for any like squirrely stairs or.
Both of you two?
Yeah, we want to look for traps.
All right. Both of you can roll an investigation check, or one of you can roll with advantage if you want.
I think we both roll.
Oh,
25.
25.
5.
that's
Together
a total
we
of
have
30,
30?
Matt.
Hell yeah.
30,
enough.
yes.
That's
True.
enough.
That's how this works. You add them together. Okay.
It's enough.
Faye, well, Yasnip, you seem quite fine. You see nothing. Faye, you also don't see anything that seems to be danger or trap,
All
though
looks
with a
clear.
much more competent eye.
Yeah, and I don't. I think the trap is the entrance.
Hmm.
I feel like if you've gotten that far, maybe the rest of it's a gimme.
Maybe. I'll send one of the owls out just to kind of do a perimeter check outside and tell it to let me know if it sees anything potentially dangerous approaching.
Okay. Roll a perception check for that one.
Not a lot. Oh, he has advantage. That's good. Worse. 8.
8. All right. Noted. Are you heading in?
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
head in.
Is anybody not heading in
I think I'll
besides
go
Lucy?
last.
Lucy would
Okay.
fit in the room, though, right?
She
Lucy
would,
have a
but
hard
this
time getting
tunnel
down
is
there.
like, it's a tunnel's like 4 feet wide. It would be
Lucy
tight.
Eclipse, there's a lot of stuff that looks like historical significance.
Yeah, I'll go in, but I'm going in last. Like, I'll wait until everybody make sure it's not gonna get anybody killed if I go first.
Yeah, make sure that if someone's going to die, it's one of us and not you, right?
Well, no, just I'm not as light of step, so
Alright.
I'll go first.
All right. You are checking for traps as you go, so that makes sense. All right. You make your way down, slowly followed by the rest of the group, and reach this room. Brightwing, you're coming too, right?
Yeah, I'm having
what-
looking around with detect magic.
What's the range on it?
Oh, that's a great question.
30 feet, I feel like.
Pretty standard.
30 feet, yeah.
Okay. Once you reach the mouth, the flattened area, and so you can see ahead into this, which I assume that Yasnit, the one you kept in there, has the light.
Yes.
Okay. So you're able to see it pretty well, a little bit better than you would with just dark vision. You see this room, you see the statue and the pedestal. Brightwing, you get a strong aura of abjuration on the back wall, and you get a very strong aura from the dragon statue seated on the pedestal. And it is odd. It is like this. It is like a case of abjuration, this aura that you sense, that within it, roiling, is almost every other kind of magic.
Does it seem like a container?
Not necessarily. It's not like it's not like you sense that the outer rim or the outer shell, if you will, of the statue itself is abjuration, and then internally it's roiling. It's more like you just sense a case of abjurative magic, and then within it, this royal, like, tempest almost of other magics.
What's abjuration magic? Just remind me.
Protection.
It's, yeah,
Protection.
protection, locks,
Alarms.
defense.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's
As
the
I
ADT
look
of
around. And I would say,
Yes.
like, every time she does detect magic, and especially in this low light, you could definitely tell that her eyes are kind of glowing a little bit in the low light. The world, it is a protection magic, and so is the crystal dragon, but inside it, it's a chaos of magic inside of it.
that
Cool.
tracks.
Nice. Awesome.
These are drawers?
They look like they don't look like drawers necessarily. They look like what would be almost cubbies, but they're not open. They're solidified. There's a solidified piece of stone on each that for each is carved in with a trio of symbols that are different depending on which one.
Those symbols mean anything to us?
Yeah.
You want to go check?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Both of you roll a investigation or arcana, your choice, and it may affect the interpretation you get.
Can I do it too, but can I, like, use my book about dragons with it?
You can. You have still advantage on Arcana, right? Or not
I have
advantage,
proficiency.
proficiency. Yeah.
Proficiency.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll it too.
I rolled an investigation. I got a 22.
Okay.
For Arcana, I got an 18.
Okay.
I got a 21 Arcana.
Okay. All three of you, in relatively similar timing, checking each one, noticing a couple repeats. You get a sense that these symbols are representations of types of magical damage.
Oh,
And some of them are fairly obvious. You see like a small flame, what looks like a snowflake almost, a lightning bolt. Some of them are a little more vague, but you're able to piece together that it seems to be combinations of trios of these things.
do you think you have to use all 3 types of magic to get it open? Like
That's
the
what
door
I'm afraid
outside?
of. We don't have access to a lot of elemental magic.
Well, I have 1 spell. But we don't
You don't
know
get
what
to
will
pick.
happen. We don't get to pick.
We could.
Yes, what do we have readily available? We have
Fire.
fire.
I can
True.
freeze it. Or I could
a
make it.
couple.
I could hurt its feelings.
I can hurt its feelings.
I also have a couple.
Also, I will say to you three, since you stepped up to inspect these, you also, when you're done inspecting and turn around, you can see on the back of this, on the back neck, in the base of the neck of that dragon statue, you see that hole.
Does that hole match a key?
It does not match a
Damn
key,
it.
but
A rod?
it does seem to be a similar shape and size to the rod.
I am afraid to put the rod in that
We
thing if it is
need
a
to-
conduit of chaos.
We need to put the rod in the statue and then cast
Well, for
magic
these-
into the rod, which
Oh,
then
the
absorbs the
thingy.
magic and then
Yeah.
opens the thing.
Yeah.
I think the first safest thing is that we all go outside and then pull the rod, because if the door's shut and we're stuck in here, I'd really rather not have that.
Agreed.
Yeah, you're smarter than me. I was just gonna run up and get it.
I'll leave these guys in here just in case.
Hmm.
See if anything changes on the.
You're seeing if anything changes on what?
So the idea is we're all gonna vacate. We're all gonna go back outside and we're gonna try to take the rod.
Okay. But you're
then-
saying you're leaving them in here for now, so you're not all vacating.
No, leaving the
Leaving
flying
the-
familiars,
the familiars
in there.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Just
thank you.
basically,
Suburbs.
I wanted to have them there just in case this door shuts when we pull this rod.
Okay.
Disaster recovery.
Can I,
just in
while
case.
they're messing around with the magic, can I just walk around and kind of like very amateurly sketch or write down everything on the walls? Because of the mural or whatever there is?
Yes. Right now, it sounds like everybody's trying to get everybody out.
Yeah, this
So
would have
are
been
you
while
saying you've
everybody's
done
like
this?
looking at
Okay.
like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
for
thing.
sure. It hasn't been much time, so it will be pretty like basic,
Okay.
or you'll have gotten a small part of it.
Okay.
But yeah, you can do that. Okay, and then after this, you're gonna bring everybody out, leave one familiar in,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Pull the rod.
with everybody outside.
Yes.
Okay, you pull the rod, and
I have control flames ready, just in case.
okay, you pull the rod, and Brightwing, you would notice it first with your passive perception, but everybody, after just a couple seconds of nothing happening, all the carved lines, of which there are many that kind of spiderweb outwards that have been glowing that ember, you see warm, embery glow start to slowly move back towards the center, leaving bare stone on the very outer edges. It looks like it's moving pretty slowly, but that they're all coming back in. And I'm going to
That's not a
turn
timer.
this.
It's a timer.
It's not a timer!
You bitch.
It's not a timer!
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Taking the rod, running back down the
Running down.
stairs.
Okay.
Test.
Put the rod in the thing.
Need someone to stay up here to let us. I'll leave one of the owls out to watch that thing to let us know when like a third of it's left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Put
Rod
the
is
rod
in
in
the
the
statue.
Right in
hole.
the statue.
Yes.
Okay. When you put the rod in the hole in the statue, the jaw of the dragon that was closed opens, and you see this black void in it. Like, it doesn't look like stone.
Mm-hmm. Fire first.
Okay, but we need to know, like, what magic we're casting. Is there one over there that is just 3 fire?
Well, we know at least one's fire, so let's do fire and see what happens.
Okay, fuck it. Produce flame into the mouth of the dragon.
You produce flame in your hand, and it gets sucked into the mouth of the dragon. And the internals of the dragon, all this crystal and gem, begins to, like there's fire, basically, roiling around inside of it.
Mm.
Anything happen to the wall?
Yeah.
No.
I'll cast Thunderwave
Okay.
and hope the same thing happens, and then it
which
gets
does-
all.
Which does thunder damage?
Do I? Well, okay. I would look to see if there's like a boom. That's the only like.
Who the fuck knows? We're
I'm
on the
aiming
clock,
it towards the
doesn't matter.
wall.
It seems to be that there could be, yes.
Yeah. I'll cast it.
Okay, and does that hit everyone, or you move
I
everyone?
can direct
or you
it.
can...
It's a square that starts
People
on
you
me, and
choose.
it's going
Okay.
the opposite direction.
Okay. You see the ground shake briefly, and a bunch of rocks like shatter off of small bits of things, and then before it can fully balloon outwards as it normally does, it gets sucked in, and you see this. It looks like now almost a roiling storm with fire in it inside this crystalline shape.
I will cast Gale Shroud and infuse cold.
Okay. Your shroud, which goes around your body, right?
Mm-hmm. And then I'll just
All
like,
right. So
summon the blade and attack the ground to try to get it to.
okay. Okay, because that's what kicks the
Yeah.
cold damage off. Okay. You guys see this wind form around Yazim, and then he strikes the ground, and this like almost knife of ice spurts up, and then gets sucked into the mouth of the dragon. And there's a few seconds that the fire inside is met by this icy blue amidst this roiling storm, and then you see one of the compartments slide open with 3 symbols lit on it.
Go into it.
Can
Yeah. Within it.
You walk up to it?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a timer.
Right wing.
Yeah.
You also hear back at the entrance.
It's closing. It's closing.
One of you, whichever one of you gets up to this compartment,
Mm-hmm.
you see a shield. A round shield of darkened silver metal
Whoa.
with a dark gray leather on the back.
Is it trapped?
Roll an investigation check.
Real quick,
We don't
just
have
to
time, we don't
just to
have
swoop.
time. Just get it.
22.
Yeah, it is not trapped.
When
Okay,
I grab
it.
and just start running out. Is there
Okay.
wait, is there anything else in the compartment?
No.
Okay, grabbing it and running.
Okay.
Grabbing
Everybody
the
else
rod
starts running?
and then
And the rod.
also
Yes, and the
running.
rod.
Okay. You grab the rod. You start running out. All of you are running out.
Does the owl say anything? Is it closing?
Yeah, did the
Yeah,
owl
the
say
owl
anything?
was supposed to stand.
No. Well, if you pop into the owls, it sees no danger from outside, but if you pop
Well,
in...
I
owls
told it
would
to
communicate,
watch.
though.
I told it to watch
Yeah.
the door.
Oh, then yes. When Brightwing hears that sound,
Okay.
you see in its eyes or hear it say it's
Yeah.
closing. So her comment is confirmed.
Okay. Got
You
it.
all run out?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see how much is left?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We would try
Can we
it.
ride
When
back
you
to
reach
the
the
door?
door,
Do it again?
it is halfway closed,
Mhm.
Okay.
and you step out, and it finishes and closes up.
We gotta do that
A
again.
little fun.
No. Okay, hold on.
We're on a winning streak. You have to let it ride, dude. Can't just stop now.
We
Casino.
need a proper plan before we do that, right? Because we have a finite amount of resources to do this.
Eclipse. You were looking at the symbols, right? Or were you looking at the paintings?
I mean, the first time I was looking at the mural because you mentioned that it would have been important, but I didn't get long to look at it because we were suddenly.
Sorry.
It's okay. But I believe we should be able to go back in there if we hold on to everything.
With a
So if we, yeah.
sorry, with a 22 investigation, can I pair together any 3 potential elements that would fit our kits?
Very interesting question.
It's rough. Like, is
I
there
mean,
any?
what we could do is I could wilds bolt it first.
Yeah, so
And
without
whatever
looking at all of your kits, I can tell you that a lot of what would be required or noted on many of the other compartments would be outside of the norm of what most of you have, but within what Brightwing can do with that spell, and she would understand that, though she wouldn't know what until it happened.
Yeah.
And it does multiple at once, right?
Yeah. It does.
If I'm not mistaken.
No. I
Or
don't-
maybe the extra is force, though.
The extra is force. No.
Okay. There's something.
You roll another chaos, make a reach roll attack.
You roll for one of the damages, but I feel like there's something else, some other kind of damage that happens also.
You roll the same number of both d8s. The energy leaps from target to a different target of your choice within 30 feet. Wait, what? It attacks multiple things?
If you roll, I think if you roll a double,
If I roll a... Oh, that's cool.
if I'm not, that's just from memory. That's not me reading it yet.
Take
Yeah, if you roll the same number on both the 8s, the energy leaps.
Yeah. When I hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1
Plus 1d6. Okay, it's not a different type. I was just remembering that 1d6 being separate. Okay.
But
so no,
I can
it's all
cast
one
it
time.
one time without any spell slots, and then I can keep casting it with a spell slot.
Sounds like a gamble. I like it.
I do think now that we're aware that this exists, we could come back. But that is completely just me saying that.
Oh, you mean like not today? Like not trying it again today?
I mean, if you believe you guys have enough energy to try that again, but
I was.
I don't know how tapped you guys are for
I
the things
could
that you
one
do.
more.
I could do one more. I could do one without wasting any energy.
Would you be able to open
I
the
could do
door
it
again? Do you think,
Eat
Edwin?
all.
I could just use control flames and put the flames in there.
At the very least, I think that we should try to open the door again, let Eclipse research a bit, and then once she's confident with what she's gathered, then we can try again, see what happens.
Then we'll have more time because we did not know it was time.
Does that sound fair?
And I believe I could probably open the door without Eowyn wasting magic. I have control flames. I could just control the flames in there.
Can my familiar see what's happening in there?
They have dark vision.
The light.
Yeah,
Oh, the
should
light's still in there.
Yeah.
It's an hour. Light is an hour.
It looks like it did when they originally entered.
If need be, I can describe what I see in there.
Including the compartment that you had opened being closed, by the way.
Oh, it closed.
Oh.
Okay.
Huh.
So even if the door doesn't open, I can at least try to help you get your research done.
What does this shield look like? Like we just grabbed and ran, but
Yeah. It is a round with a sort of crescent cut out of it in one portion of a darkened, like dark silver metal with a very dark gray leather on the back side. And designs on the front that look both very well crafted and beautiful.
My detect magic is still up. Is it magical?
It is.
Hell yeah.
I mean, like, what's it worth? Like, that's pretty cool. I'll give Lulu the shield. Say, or Lucy. Hey. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Unless anyone else wants to hang on to it, but that might. I don't think she would let anyone take it, and I don't want it to encumber us.
I say we
Just
try
to be
one more time.
safe, maybe the same process, stand back in case something else happens. Maybe the goblins got greedy the first time, I don't know.
So, do we have a set of 3
Could they look in
types
there
of
and
magic?
see
Could-
which other?
Yeah, could I tell? So I've got cold, radiant, and necrotic. Is radiant
Okay.
necrotic something that looks like one of the symbols?
Based
Purely elemental.
based off the arcana and the investigation you rolled, it seems like no to those two.
Okay.
And I would say you don't see anything that particularly screams psychic or force either.
Okay.
How many more cubbies are there?
9.
Okay.
Y'all.
We
Can we
have
get the combos?
we have cold, fire, thunder,
Thunder.
and we already did that combination.
Mhm.
Do we have any other types of magic available to
We
us?
have Brightwing. She can hit multiple elements.
What other elements are there? Lightning?
Lightning.
Acid, lightning. Let me look at the spell. Poison.
Perhaps
Let me
poison.
look at the spell.
Poison, acid, ice, fire, force, lightning, psychic, thunder is what I can do.
It's not very many elements.
Yeah.
So how many possible combinations of 3 are there? Is what I want to know.
Basically-
At least 9.
Brightwing could make every other combination if
By herself.
if she cast her spell enough times and got lucky. But the rest of your party
It's
doesn't bring that
literally-
much to the
It's
table.
literally slot machine right now.
I think we'll give it one more go. We
That's
at
what
least
we're doing.
need to open
Least
it. Let
one.
Eclipse do her research.
Oh yeah, like we could open it and leave it open and let her
Yes.
look around a bit. Yeah.
I mean, that's also not entirely mandatory for this exact moment.
It'd
but
be helpful.
It's cool. We could come back.
Same process.
You-
Rod in.
Are you telling me that?
Well, I'm
Or are you saying it out
I'm
loud?
suggesting it out loud.
Okay.
Okay.
More time?
One more time.
I think at least once should be fine.
And I think we all just do it as fast as we can, one after the other.
Just
So,
we'll give her time to do her research first. But we should do this the same way just in case something changes. So if everyone wants to step back again, Eowyn, here's the rod. Do your thing.
You put it in the hole, it slides in, and you wait,
Oh no.
and it does not.
no.
The scales and the lines between them do not burn like they did. It seems like it might be inert.
Oh.
In that case, I could describe it all to you.
Do you think it's like an 8-hour thing that just resets?
What did you
might be.
Like a
honestly.
tower?
8 hour.
Oh.
Like
I'll,
next time.
I'll use the rest of the time to navigate the familiars inside to document the symbols on the other compartments.
Okay.
Towards the tail end of it, and then also try to describe as many things as I possibly can to Eclipse.
Okay. And you have an hour, right?
It's an hour total, yeah.
Okay. I will say for you.
Oh crap! I've been doing this wrong.
What?
I can have 4 familiars now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a spider added.
Oh,
to
you.
your answer.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
have the same level every time.
Yeah. 3rd level.
Okay. I will have both of you roll. I will have Yasnip roll investigation and Eclipse roll straight intelligence.
Is this the investigation of my familiar? Or mine, since I'm looking through?
This would be yours looking through.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
15.
Okay. 4. Okay. You want to spend the remainder of the time if needed? Of your familiar? Okay. You spend most of the remainder of the familiar's time trying to communicate as much as you can of what you see. And Eclipse, you recording as much of it as you can.
I would say the longer you're talking, the more visibly frustrated you see her being because she's trying to picture what you're saying and it's just not making sense.
And that is the major problem.
Hell
is that
yeah.
it's like it really doesn't.
I will minor illusion everything I see.
Okay.
Okay.
I will say that I will let Eclipse roll again, as if with advantage, given that boost.
Eclipse, you
Yes.
can do this. This is what your family does for a living. They're researchers. You were bred and born for this. You can do it. I have full faith in you. You go, girl.
Facts.
Inspiration.
Okay.
That's a D10.
8.
D8.
D8.
Leah's
I think
also
that
saying
I think
guidance,
Leah's
but
saying
she's
guidance,
muted.
but we can't hear her.
Okay.
Guidance.
Okay.
There it is.
And I will go to each individual thing and minor illusion it
Okay.
specifically.
Guidance is a D4, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Okay, so there's that. We're gonna do this in reverse, all right? We're gonna lead up to it. Okay.
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 So what's the total bonus?
It's a lot better.
Was the bonus better than your original roll?
No, the whole thing is better. It's 25.
Okay.
Let's go.
Wow.
Look at you!
Eclipse is a visual learner.
Hell yeah.
That's like
Looking over your
Yep,
shoulder
yep,
at the
that is
thing, like,
100% a thing.
Cantrips, people.
Yep.
Cantrips. Let's go.
Yep. Okay. Over the course of that hour, you get a very, very detailed account of everything in there, notated
Put an hour
and
if
drawn.
we try again, just to see if it
Oh my
resets in
fucking
an hour.
god.
just put it out there. This is
Whatever
Leah
you
talking.
guys wanna do.
I...
So
Sure.
I'll say because she's not necessarily like visual. She'll still sketch what she can, but it's not as good as other people in the group.
Okay.
So she'll probably write the description and then a rough sketch of what Yasnip shows her next to it, just to make it cohesive and just...
Sure.
Also, it's
Okay.
the looking, and then the minor illusion in the one hand, and the...
Yeah.
Puff, puff, pass.
Yeah.
Do you also do the symbols? Because I can mark those on the side as well.
Yep.
In each compartment. Okay, so we'll just cover the whole thing and... Alright, cool.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Then what?
It's a soft fold at this point, yes.
Yeah.
Let me ask this. Aiden, did you ever take the rod out of the wall?
No, it stayed in the wall.
Okay. It still looks inert in the wall
I'll
an hour later.
take it out, put it back in, just unplug, replug.
No change.
I D&D stuff.
Blow on it, put it back in, still no change.
Nintendo 64 card.
Why'd you do that?
Maybe. Don't worry about it. It's an old school thing.
Yep.
The old
Maybe,
magic.
Those were the
you know,
days.
if we had somebody really good with their hands, you know, good at crafting magical items or just crafting things in general, somebody really fucking smart might be able to replicate this. But
Not me.
fucking smart.
yeah.
I mean, we could take it back. Again, we can
Keep it with.
archive it, essentially.
I can
Not
put it back
bad.
in the bag.
Maybe there's multiple rods because we use fire. Maybe there's another rod for like ice or something.
That's very possible. There are different types of dragons, right? There's fire,
In the book,
red
there's-
dragons.
We would
There-
know that.
There's
Yeah.
an acid dragon in this book.
Is that a thing that I would be aware of vaguely? 'Cause
Yes. You guys would be aware of that kind of stuff in the way that we're
Like a
aware
myth.
that no, even more like the way that we're aware of different types of dinosaurs. Like
Mm.
some people are maybe think they weren't too real because they're so long ago, and maybe people just have made stuff up from fossils. But most people think like these things existed and they had these kinds of capabilities, and there are memories and records of those kinds of things. So yes, I would say certainly you would know very well. Brightwing would know because of her book. And then everyone else might not like be able to name off every type of dragon, but they would certainly know that like dragons did different things and had different breath weapons
Okay. So
and different colors.
that's definitely something we could consider. That
Mhm.
actually is not a bad idea.
Well, if we ever find another, we'll keep our eyes peeled and like small knick-knack shops and stuff.
Yeah.
Could always come back.
Well, we can figure out what the shield does.
I could
We didn't identify the door.
didn't identify the doors.
We can find out now.
Okay. To be clear, have you now taken the monocle onto your person, or are you asking Brightwing to cut it out of the air every
Asking
time?
Brightwing for it because she didn't. Yeah, it was. She put it back in the thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is
Okay.
Brightwings. We have established that she
Okay.
did. She has it.
She can't
Alright,
use
so
the
it's a team effort every time.
It is a
Okay.
team effort because her
Brightwing
pocket
likes
knife
cutting
is the
things out of the
safest
air,
place to
so-
keep it.
True. Okay. And you identify the shield?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is a shield of the vibrant moon.
What?
Hello?
I mean, I just want to
Oh,
say.
hell. Here we go.
It doesn't
It
exist.
can do a few different things. It should
Oh.
exist.
I googled and it does not. So
No, it does not exist
It's
on
on
Google.
D&D Beyond.
Wait,
Oh.
It is in D&D
Are we
Beyond.
allowed to look at it?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, Faye. I assume Faye would explain it.
Okay.
What is it called?
Shield of the Vibrant Moon. It can do a few things. I'm assuming everyone's looking at it, so I won't. Well, someone should read it off for the listeners.
Yeah, please.
This
Energy.
shield typically appears as a darkened silver metal with a gray leather on the back. However, when you speak the command word Isilme, while in darkness, the surface turns to a pale white like the surface of a full moon, and it emits bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
That's so.
That's the basic enchantment.
There's
Once
so
per
much
day,
more.
you can use your bonus action to remove all conditions from a singular creature within 30 feet, or at the start of your turn to remove all conditions from yourself. The conditions
Wow.
can be blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, or stunned.
Petrified?
The ability recharges at midnight. And then, additionally, once per day, you can use your bonus action to create a burst of vitality in a small radius around you. Each creature you choose within 15 feet gains temporary hit points equal to 1d4 plus your constitution modifier.
I mean...
That's so cool.
I
crap.
mean,
Okay. I say Eclipse gets it.
So we're giving it to Adrian.
I mean, I also want to say that Brightwing technically uses a shield, but I don't. But
You can.
Yeah, I already have a shield equipped.
Technically,
I'm
yeah.
a cleric. I have a shield equipped already.
Technically.
I just
You
say it's
do?
Yeah, I just say it's been more feathers that's been blocking hits than anything. It's just not an actual
Interesting.
shield.
That's a badass item.
That's really cool, guys. I'll let you
I
fight it
also
out.
have proficiency in heavy armor. I'm just never gonna.
That's
right.
also
I was
true.
gonna say you're a cleric. You can wear plate.
But Eclipse is my vote who gets the shield.
I mean, guys, it's like it's called.
The
like,
moon.
The moon. Wait,
Shield
hold on.
does provide for a moon.
Do you shield?
What kind of shield do you
Do you
have?
use
Jess?
the
Is it
shield?
just a normal
I
shield?
use a buckler, yeah.
Oh, buckler.
I've
What's
had
the difference
one.
I think
between a
this
Talk
buckler?
about an
fits your
upgrade.
aesthetic.
Yeah, it's a smaller shield that just sits on your arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
It's also
Round
worth
funky
mentioning.
boy, and there's even a carving
Yeah.
out for your spear. I mean,
This
like
is made for you. I talked like Addie.
Whoops. That slipped.
We're on campaign.
How do I?
This is made for you.
And it'd be +2. Holy shit! I'd finally get.
it's not a +2 shield. It's not. It wouldn't be a
The
+4.
armor
The
class
other
is +2. That's
compartments.
the
Yeah,
part
yeah.
I'm like,
It's like a regular shield, yeah.
yeah.
I think it might be a wash, but the abilities. Was the buckler only a +1?
It's not even a +1.
No.
It's just a shield. So it would be the same AC.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that would help.
It would.
As a bonus action, you remove all conditions from a single creature. All?
Yeah.
All.
Mhm.
Any
Or at
all.
the start of your turn, remove all from yourself.
That's
Unless
really
you're
good.
petrified.
Jesus Christ.
If someone gets petrified and I don't have lesser restoration.
Matt's
like,
not gonna petrify us. It's fine.
I'm
Very good
not.
also in case you get locked down. You
Petrification
can
is
still
greater
get to people.
restoration.
He
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
He knows how OP that condition is. He's not gonna use it.
It would warm my heart to have that because my other fighter could do that as a minor action. Just
Oh,
because
nice.
of who she was. That would be really cool to have because I miss that a lot.
It has a moon on it. Like,
It literally
It's
just
it's,
is.
to be fair, it like is already in eclipse the entire time because then when it gets
Yeah,
the light it comes
it's-
moon, so it's already in eclipse.
It's really good.
Like aesthetic wise.
I would like a mirror shield. It's neat. Okay. Yeah, if nobody wants it, I'll
Big
take
thing.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Should I
Right
and
on.
I have to attune to it? Okay.
It is an attunement item.
Okay.
You can attune to it that night if you want.
Okay. I'll do that. Thank you.
It will. So I will say this
Mm-hmm.
to you, Eclipse.
Yep.
The attunement connects it to your mind and will to a degree.
Okay.
If you want it to, as magic items can, it can adjust size
Yeah.
to be what you would want, like what you typically fight with.
That'd be perfect. Yeah.
Okay, then it does.
So Oh
Mm.
that's so
Anything else?
basic.
Do you guys hang around here at all?
Now I want to know what's in the other compartments.
I think it's time
A
to get
lot
back
of other
to it.
stuff that you could have gotten if you gotten different results.
Oh gosh. I should have just blasted over and over again with wild spell. Just
I think what we got is exactly what we needed to get right now.
you're only saying that because it's the only thing we had the option of getting.
No.
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 Like she said, she could have blasted it. You know?
Yeah.
There are other options.
Are we? How far from Selfeld are we?
You will probably get there late tomorrow. Hold on, let me make sure that's right. Before I
This
go
is
saying
day
something.
3.
what time is it right now?
Early
It
tomorrow,
is.
actually, probably, because you've been making good time. It is 12:12
12, you fuck.
p.m.
You son of a bitch. Quarter after 12.
So, do we get going then?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'll take my map that I have, and I'll just circle roughly where we are right now, and then
Okay.
just draw a little, really haphazard little dragon head next to it.
Okay.
So
Dope.
just so we don't lose track of it.
All right. You guys get back on the river. Is there anything short anyone wants to do either this night or early tomorrow? Okay.
I will attune to this, but that's pretty much
Yes,
it.
you do. You attune to the shield. It shrinks to the ideal size that your will desires. And you have those abilities now. And late morning the next day, after another day of quick, solid, clear travel, you guys see in the distance the docks of Sawfeld and the hills beyond. And you are back to civilization. And that is where we will pick up session 26. Next time!
Gosh, the
Tune in next
Goblin
week.
bee is so disappointed in us.
Very well done. The way that you managed that situation was either very fortunate or very intelligent, because you guys did it with just enough time to spare.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back.
We gotta
Mm-hmm.
go back. We gotta go.
There's got to be like 9 additional things. Like,
Mhm.
oh,
9!
There's got to be somebody in the world with the wherewithal to duplicate a magical item.
would it have to be an active magical item in order for them to duplicate it?
I don't know. That'd be a question to ask a scientist. Perhaps one that is partially plant-based and has 2 giant rods sticking out of his back. I'm just putting it out there.
All right. We'll find out on that front. Favorite moments before we leave this session?
I got my bear back.
No
Mm.
bear!
Bear, bear.
Yeah.
Bear.
Bear.
Mine was our whisper.
Yeah, that was real solid.
I'm sure that was cool.
Yeah.
So
There was a
yours,
lot.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
glad that
you're
everybody
surprised.
got one, because there was a bunch, or at least a solo time,
Mhm.
or a
I
special time.
my selfish choice is Faye and Yazim's Whisper, but
Yeah.
I really liked the interaction with Frida. Just the entire
Oh yeah.
the entire sentiment of all of it, like the
Yeah.
inviting in, the sharing of stuff, the fucking pipe. I get to bring this out that I've had for 2 years and has never been used. Yeah, I loved that. That was great.
I liked Frida giving me a hug.
Mm.
That was so
I
good.
felt that was special. Should have pushed the envelope and gotten a muffin hug.
I got muffin
His
scritch.
voice.
You could do
Yeah.
Leah Muffin's voice! What do you want?
What do you want?
Oh, okay, I have to
Yeah.
ask. Do you guys want a small curtain pullback on that, or would you rather
Yes,
not?
Please,
Yes.
God.
Okay, so
Okay.
I will just share this then. I prepared Frida and Muffin before the whole chinchilla situation happened. in
my
the
No,
server.
you did not.
But he wasn't a chinchilla.
Okay.
He was like a mangy gray cat,
Mm.
and so I applied the voice to him then, and I decided in advance because I
It
knew
makes a
that Bright
lot
would eventually
more
want to talk
sense
to
as a
him.
mangy
There's a
gray
cat
cat.
and a
Yeah.
chinchilla.
And
What
then
kind
the
of-
chinchilla thing happened, and I was like, you know what? Screw this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make him a chinchilla. But I decided I was gonna keep the voice, even though it did not connect as
Love
well.
it.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know that.
If it was a shaggy gray cat, it would have had to have been Cjbeards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other option at that point.
Mm.
Leah or Jess?
I'm really selfish. This shield makes me happy.
Yeah. Get it.
As it
Got the
should.
fucking shield. Yeah, you
As
did.
it should.
Magic items are cool.
Magic.
Indeed.
I went a whole other campaign getting only a magic pair of socks. So this was
Mm.
Oh no.
and a fishing rod. Everything that wasn't combat based. was just like,
I like
A
loot.
magic
I think
fishing?
loot's
That's-
really
I
cool.
did.
That's our first attuned magic item, right?
No.
Yeah, I had one to start.
The earrings
Well,
are not attunement, so
yeah,
yeah.
The
so
pocket knife.
like legit acquired
The
attunement
pocket knife
thing.
is an
The pocket
attunement?
knife is
Yeah.
attunement?
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, so we have 2.
Alright, 2.
Yeah.
Knock-on.
Oh yeah,
And,
because you had to sit and like focus on it.
Yes,
That's
it is.
right.
It has to
Okay.
connect to you pretty substantially. I
That makes
can't remember
sense.
actually, Sean, but were Seraph's gloves attunement?
The
Please hold.
He kept them, so it doesn't count.
That's true,
No.
but the party
Hey.
did get them.
Hey, Seraph was here. He was a person. Don't you fucking
They
still
both
exist.
were, and
Oh,
they are
I
valid,
remember
and they
it
exist in
requires
this
attunement.
world.
Okay.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
remember
okay,
like
so there's
my
that.
cloak. And they immediately,
My
like,
cloak's
shrunk it.
attunement.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So that's our third. Third is attunement.
They're
Yeah.
discovered.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
could have been
I
any
love
number
loot.
of things too.
Well,
You
we'll
love
get-
loot? Oh,
I
loot.
love loot.
We'll get all those combinations in a
Loot.
in a message later.
That's what I
yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
I love loot as
I-
well.
Ooh.
Really liked our conversation, Jess and I's conversation. And I liked talking to Frida about loss. For side note for audience, I'm a music therapist and I'm actually right now working with grief as my practicum. So being able to like use some of the things that I learned in that specific instance was cool practice, but also like fun to play out. So that was
Yeah.
that was a little selfish, but that was fun for me.
Hmm.
Well, I got to be there for all the whispers, so I don't have to pick one. But generally, just overall, I think this was a really good session. I think it had a lot of good stuff, a lot of good RP. So there was too many probably things that I really enjoyed to name out a favorite moment. I liked bits and pieces of each of the solo or duo stuff. And the whole Frida interaction, I agree with Brian, was... I feel like that was some of the more, like, real RP, and it just seemed like these characters were actually there with this lady, and she was there, and, like, she had emotions about them, and they had emotions about her and her chinchilla, and it all, like, just felt natural and right, so that was pretty cool. But... yeah, all in all, I felt like this was really good stuff. Good session, guys.
Yeah.
All right, that is a quarter of a century down in the books. In 1 month and 2 days of actual game time. We will pick up at the edge of Sawfeld in session 26 next time. See you then.